hear myself through my headphones. Yes, man. Like, I feel real good about this right now.
Pay attention, because you are now listening to Permission to Speak Freely.
What's going on out there, guys? Hey, I'm back, man. I missed the last episode. I know you guys missed me, man. I know it, man. I see it in Damo's face. He missed me. I know Tish missed me, man, but I'm back, man. I'm fired up, man. I'm fired up to be here today, man.
Yeah.
Woo. Hey, what's going on, man? How your week, man? I know my week was crazy, so how was your week, man?
I'm good. It ain't much. We get into it a little bit in a second. I want to get into this ball cap you got on first.
Oh, yeah, man. Check me out, man. You know, big shots out the USS Boxer, man. You guys see it, the fire department, man. This hat is fire, flex, fit, going in, man. It seemed like they had it, you know, preserved for me. Time I walked up in the door, that's how I seen, man. It was great. But I got a lot of love from the last one I wore, man. So I wasn't even like looking for the cover number. When I went on the box of these kids, it's like, hey, you got to wear our ball cap on there. You know what I mean? I said, shh, say less.
Yeah.
And don't you get into your thing, but I'm going to tell you right now, say less. You want to give me a cover? Yes, I got you, man. Don't worry. Well,
if anybody need a ball cap, it's Damon, you know, because we've had multiple conversations about Damon wearing licensed products. So he been getting a lot better with having on command ball caps or some school ball caps or something like that. Because we really don't want to wear nobody licensed product on here. We ain't trying to get sued.
Most definitely, man. Most definitely.
Like that. I do like it.
If anybody else want to give me a ball cap to wear, let me know, man. I'm here for you guys, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
anybody, man. Let me know.
I do like
you need my address, email. You know what I mean? Let me know. I got you, man.
You trying to cut me off. I know it, man. It's like this, man. I do, man. I love how you get the free ball cap. You know what I mean? After years of campaigning for something free, you finally got some free stuff. I'm hating a little bit because for years and years, I've been buying people's stuff and wearing it on here. And you step aboard a ship and get something free, man. So it's a little bit of hate coming from me. But we definitely appreciate it. If you notice, Tisha, she's not here with us this week. It has nothing to do with the fact that she had 8 different camera angles on the last episode. Hey, bro,
you telling me that wasn't planned, Damo? That wasn't a planned event?
Nah. For the YouTubers, that wasn't planned. That wasn't a creative decision or nothing like that. Like Tish really ran through about 3 different cameras on the episode, man. She ran through like 3 cameras, but she not here. She just retired, so she enjoying her time with her family, doing stuff like that.
Yeah, big shouts out to Tish, man. Retirement, man. Big deal.
Yeah. Last week, I mean, we'll talk a little bit about what I did and stuff like that. We got a couple things we need to talk about, but man, let's get into this. The Navy Instagram page, they posted a pride post, and I don't know, like, what the issue was. Like, I don't know if it was too like out there or whatever, but I saw on her name is Mill Mama on the Run, Lieutenant Alex Travis on TikTok. She's a active duty LT, but she's also like a spokesperson for the military, like a social media spokesperson for the military or something like that, right? Okay. So I saw on her thing, but they had a post. It was a bunch of it was like some airplanes and some jets and some ships. And then I think in the wake of the ships and stuff, it was like rainbow imagery or something. I think that's what the post looked like, to my knowledge. So basically, I want to know what happened. Like, why did we take it down? Like, what happened? To my knowledge, it looked like in the comments, it was split between people that supported the post and people that didn't. The reason why I say the post first is because even some service members that are gay didn't like the post from what I read in some other comments on an additional post. And then, of course, you get the hate train and people not wanting to see rainbows and people not wanting to see LGBTQIA plus, just all of that stuff too. But I don't know why they took it down, man.
Well, I don't know either. But what I would say this though, man. If you put it out there, you need to respond to it. Somebody, if you put it out there in that universe, somebody is going to see it, right? So for me, I think the best way to handle it is respond, right? Especially the platform that you are on. If you put something up and you got what, I don't know how many, probably thousands of viewers,
Yeah.
right? And then you snatch it down real quick, I think you should respond. Because somebody's seen it. Like you say, you thought you seen it. So you know, what you thought you seen it, you didn't even pay attention.
Yeah, I just saw the imagery.
So think about people who are paying attention to it, right? They see this stuff and they looking forward to seeing what you got to post next or whatever the case. We got their notifications on to see when you post something, right? So respond to it. That's the best thing to do. You know, try to get ahead of it. Because now you're going to have people hitting you up from all different type of angles. And sooner or later, you're going to have to respond to it probably anyway. So you might well get ahead of it.
Yeah, or you could just ignore it like it seemed like they don't. Like they made another post. They made another post for Pride Month. They made another post for Pride Month. It seems as if it's a different approach. I guess a more Navy approach to the post. I think it was like you could see water. Like they took away the rainbow imagery and it's just water and stuff like that. So, and even under that post though, you still got the hate train. You know, the people that's against sexuality, period, being known and, you know, and stuff like that. So that's still happening. And I would say like maybe turn off the comments and make your stance, but maybe not. Maybe turning off the comments, you'd be shortchanging somebody else, you know, on how they feel.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure.
You always gonna have that too, man. You always gonna have that hate train, man. It's coming. Regardless of what you do. It don't matter how great you are. It don't matter how many people you help. It don't matter, man. Somebody gonna find a way to try to hate on it, man. It's just the nature of the beast, man. You know what I mean? I don't know, man. Like it's hard to accept, I guess, to accept things sometimes, but I can't see how you don't accept it. You know what I mean? It's there, man. It ain't going nowhere. So you might as well either you for it or shut the fuck up.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's what be getting me too. That's what be getting me too. I saw somebody posting like, who cares about, I don't care about who people go to sleep with. Well, if you don't care about it, then why are you talking? Like, shut up. Don't care about it quietly. Like go don't care about it. Because the truth is, we've always had LGBTQIA plus people since the beginning of it all. You know what I mean? But they just had to struggle through like different systematic things that like, well, you know, we talked to a few people even on our podcast. It's like they just had to struggle through different systematic rules and guidances that like didn't allow them to be themselves. You know what I mean? And that's already something very hard on you when you got to hide your sexuality, hide half of who you are. You know what I mean? Like that's just weird to me.
I agree, bro. I agree 100%.
You know, people should be free to do what they want to do. Like live their life by however they, you know, want to live it. Now it's people probably like wondering why, like people was on there like, well, why we need to call out the months and, you know, all of this stuff. Well, I mean, why not, man? You know what I'm saying? Like, just why not? Like,
why not?
You know, why not? Black History Month, Asian Pacific Islander Month. The only thing I say is this, let's keep this, if we go and do that, let's keep the same energy for every month.
Every month.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's also like Caribbean, American Caribbean month as well, or something like that. You know what I mean? But let's just keep the same energy for everything.
We like, to be honest with you, man, we almost have to, right? You know what I mean? You have to keep that same energy, man, because that's how you get called out, bro. Especially when you at smaller commands and you at a command where you can kind of like touch everybody. You at these big old commands, maybe it can get lost in the sauce or whatever, right?
Yeah.
But when you at these smallest commands, man, it's hard for you. Put all this energy in a certain month or whatever, then somebody gonna call your ass out. That shit might end up in a suggestion box somewhere. You know what I mean? Like, why we ain't show the same energy doing this or whatever the case would be. So we have to, man. But the biggest thing, man, that's why we got a diversity committee, right? A lot of people coming together to make sure it don't get lost in the sauce. Make sure we showing the same energy. Does it happen all the time? No. But I'm hoping that's what you got people in place for, to make sure, that you showing the same energy.
Yeah, my thing with that, and like we ain't decided to talk about this. I was talking to somebody on the phone earlier in the week about like this type of thing. But my thing with that is this: if I'm on a ship and I'm African American, so let's say that I wasn't happy with the diversity committee's African American month thing or whatever like that. I'm gonna join the diversity committee. Yeah, I'm gonna be a part of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not that hard to like fix problems. I feel like some problems in the military, it's not that hard. Like, just join the committee, man.
But you know what's crazy, man? Over time and over years and over experience and over whatever, if someone came to me, and I know you do the same thing, Damo. If somebody came to me complaining about something like that, that's probably my first answer.
It's like, yo, just join.
Join the committee.
Just join, man.
Join the committee and help them out.
Yeah.
Right? You know what I mean? That's the first answer, man.
Somebody was mad, like, on our last Martin Luther King day on the ship. They got over to 1MC and they said a couple things. And the crazy thing is, for me, what they said was profound. Like I appreciated it. But somebody was mad. Like, man, that's all we did. Like, well, what are we supposed to do? We gonna dance? Like, we gonna have like a party? Like, what are we supposed to do for Martin Luther King birthday? But basically, I told them this. I was like, yo, why don't you just put something together? Like, I'm sure if you put it together and take it to the captain gonna be like, yeah, just do it. Like, people think
talk to the lead, whoever leading it.
Yeah.
Talk to them.
People think it's more red tape than it is sometimes. Like, yo, just put something together, man. Let's get it done. But back to the Navy real quick. Bro, like, social media, it could be depressing at times. You know what I mean? Since we did a little okay on TikTok, our social media has opened up to like strangers, and what I mean by that is people that don't listen to the podcast, are people that didn't listen to the podcast since day one, are people that never heard more than the 30-second clip that they hear on social media. So that 30-second clip is on an island by itself. You know what I mean? Yeah. So like, for instance, we get a guest that says, hey, be the person that people want to call on when things get, when they need help or whatever, right? And then the people in the comments like, no, don't be that person. That's the person that get overworked. And it's like, yeah, we've talked about people being overworked and burnt out on a multitude of episodes, right? So we don't have to re-say that on this clip. However, this person is not saying to overwork people. They just saying to be the person that gets like looked for or that people seek interest in when they need help. That's all that little 20-second, clip is doing. But we get people, it's like, hey, work hard. What's the key to success? Work hard. And
work
people,
hard,
people in the comments like, I disagree. So, all right. So simplex, like, what's your key then? If it ain't work hard, then what's your key? And then you got some people like, well, it's people that get all the collaterals and quals. And I'm here to say that happens. That happens. And we talk about that too. But we're not going to minimize the positive. Like, a lot of social media, especially military social media, people maximize the negative concepts, the negative tropes. We're not going to minimize the positive tropes, like working hard don't get you in a better fucking position at a higher clip, at a higher percentage. You know what I mean? Like, if I put the person that work hard next to the person that don't work hard, it's going to be a higher percentage of the person that work hard succeeding over the person that don't work hard, is what I mean. So let's not cancel out entire damn clips because of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, man. And we all know it, man. I don't even understand where they are going with that. They know work ethic means something. Working hard means something. Right? Come on, man. We all know that, man. I mean, I look at it like I was watching this clip not too long ago about like Kobe Bryant, man, and how much work he put in, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The dude put in work every day. And he used to get pissed at his teammates coming in the gym 5 minutes before practice. You know what I mean? And things like that, he used to be like mad about. Like he said, they don't want, he said, well, I want to pass the ball to them if they're not working hard. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like work hard means something, right? And then I got this, you brought up something else that was unique, man, that somebody talking about, oh, they're a collateral duty hound or whatever, right? You know what? The person who says that a lot of the time is the ones that sitting there don't want to take a collateral. And guess what? Somebody going to take that collateral, right?
Mm-hmm.
It may be the same person because guess what? They probably trying to work hard.
Yeah.
Or they want to make sure something is done the right way. While you sitting on your ass complaining about how many collaterals they got, how about you take one of them?
Yeah.
You know, I had an example one time before about a chief trying to give collaterals away. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the people he was trying to give them away was people who not complaining.
That was me. That was
I know. I'm just
trying to get rid of them joints.
You caught on, bro.
I knew you was trying to. It's like
you're trying to give collaterals away, man. And they sitting there complaining about, you know, collaterals and shit, man. Like, take one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
man, I feel like working hard to get you success more than being lazy. You know, so we gotta, but people just, I'm telling you, man, people just want to be down. Like just, not down like want to be down like Brandy. Like, you know what I mean? but people just want to be like down on the Navy, the military stuff. Like we could be real and being real is being critical, you know, but we not going to just act like this just the worst shit ever in the world, period. All the time. You know what I mean? Like that leadership is just like my last command, I'm just leaving, was amazing. It wasn't bad. Leadership wasn't toxic. Communication was good. And I'm saying that from the standpoint of a senior chief, but it's places you could go to even as a khaki and still have to deal with like bad leadership, like a triad that don't let you breathe, you know, a command that don't trust you to lead your sellers. I didn't have to go through that, you know? And then at the end of the day, some of these people that's always negative, they might be a little, not all of them, but some of them are normally a little delusional. Like they think they doing better than they really doing.
I wanted to become the combination between Denzel and Will Smith. And some way, somehow, I was able to accomplish that.
Delusional. You know what I mean?
You guys don't know who that is, man. That's motherfucking Tyrese say he a combination of Will Smith and Denzel.
Tyrese, bro.
Tyrese, he's delusional for real.
That's that delusion when you thinking that, you know, you're doing better than you're doing, and then you can't take criticism. That's so hard to me. You know what I'm saying? We run a losing race.
You know what, man? I'm glad you kind of brought that up, man, because I see that so much, man. Like, you could have a sailor that haven't done anything in 3 years, bro, and wondering why when that when the results come out and they all pissy because they name ain't get called.
Yeah.
Why you mad? You know what I'm saying? Like, why you mad? You haven't done anything.
Yeah.
That's delusional, man. Sometimes you got to accept it. Right? Like, but I have on the other flip side, somebody say, I know I haven't done enough to be where I need to be at. And I'm okay with that. Right? Then you got some people like they really think, and I'm looking at and then while they talking to me, I'm kind of looking in their face like, are they serious type? Like, I'm like, are you serious right now?
I wanted to become the combination between Denzel and Will Smith. And some way, somehow, I was able to accomplish that.
Oh, you number one, huh?
Man. Crazy out there, man.
You're the number one EP, huh, man?
Hey, man. Hey, I need you guys to get up these comments on this one, man. How many people you guys know, man, that's out there just straight delusional, man? Like, for real. It's crazy.
Yeah, and that ain't a knock on, like, it's a lot of hard-working sellers out there. It's a whole lot of hard-working sellers, but it's a lot of people also that's not doing the self-inventory. You know, and when we had our Seller 360, that was the first thing we talked about. When we like did our dummy, our mock-up with the group, it was like about like self-inventory. Like, do you look in the mirror? Because I was calling it like Motivation Mondays or whatever. But It's like, yo, I need to look in the mirror, see what I'm doing well, see what I'm slacking on, see what I'm not. Every command I've been to, I had a moment in time where I was like, yo, I'm slacking.
Yeah.
I did that, like me, myself.
Yeah.
I had a moment in time where I was like, yo, I am slacking. I am not doing as much as I can be doing. And I'm not saying I'm not burning myself out and I'm not overworking myself. I'm saying that to my standard of just even 100%, I'm not giving it. You know what I'm saying? Trying to duck out of at-sea fire party drills early or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Man,
Like,
I might get caught for that, man. I'm watching, man.
Yeah, like I've been in those shoes,
Yeah.
And the last thing about social media is another thing I noticed is that the people who post their real name and their real photo, they present different than the people who don't. Like the people who use like an image or whatever. You'll notice it like YouTube, TikTok, anywhere. Somebody who got like a fake name or user 935679110, whatever, they real spicy. like they way more spicy than the people. Like normally you can have a really good conversation, whether they agree or disagree with somebody whose name is there. You know what I mean? Who name and real pictures. That's a different type of conversation. And I think we need to have that different type of conversation. I do like all just avatar people because you get to see how people feel when they go home. You know what I mean? Like you really get to see how people feel when they go home. But y'all got to understand that when it's people from podcasts or social media, whatever, when they posting things, these real people you talking to too. And if you can't say it to like the people face, you probably shouldn't type it. Like the people that said me and you probably got low ass fabs. I don't think that person would have ever said that in our presence. Nah. And I ain't even talk about on no tough shit. I'm talking about just after just working with us and being around us and like actually getting to know us. I don't think they would have ever said that out of their mouth.
Yeah, I don't think so either. But we on some tough shit too, though. I don't think they would have said that shit. I just want to be honest with you, bro. You gotta have a grin behind that shit. You have a nice little fresh ass grin behind that shit too.
Yeah, like you better be smirking. Like so,
for real.
Another thing with that is that person was saying was, it's the war in China and why we talk about this, that. And one of the things that I never really thought we were ever gonna like try to be was the always serious military podcast. It's a whole lot of them, and they do what they do a lot better than we could do it ever. Like they, you know what I mean? They've done the research. They do what they do a lot better than we could do it. Ours is more lifestyle. And then we talk about pretty much everything really, but we talk about it from the perspective of like just sellers. Like we out here on the deck plates.
Yeah.
Like we coming fresh off of ships, walking straight out of the command and having conversations about things that we went through that day. That's not always going to be about the war on China or globalization, military. We are going to talk about like the ideas of military unions and stuff, but not yet. I want to do a little bit more. I can't just come off the top with that stuff. So if you want to hear one of those podcasts where it's always serious, it's a whole lot of them. A whole lot. And go listen to them. Go listen to them. We can't do that over here.
Have no plans of doing it either. Zero.
Yeah, we real people who like in our real life, we have fun, we have a good time, we joke, we crack on each other, and we do that shit on the ship too. We're being who we are. Like if we went straight to serious, we wouldn't be being genuine. Like we'd be being fake. So but again, all of those things and thoughts are birthed and they exist from 27-second clips on social media. 27-second clips, man. So that's the power of social media, and then it's the whole other thing where it's like 100 people could like your joint. One person could dislike it. And you kind of get this microscopic focus on that dislike or that bad comment when you ain't even think about the 24,000 likes you got. You're like, why is this person saying that my ass fab score is low?
Yeah. Same thing with, yeah. And you know what, that you point that out, man. That's just so freaking true, man. Like in all aspects, man, we zoom in on the negativity.
Yeah.
Every time. Zoom in on it. Time you see it, boom. Why did they say this? I wonder why. You know what I mean? And then you got, like you said, you got so many people got a lot of great things to say, but we zoom in on stuff.
Yeah,
like
we don't even care about it. Like, we don't even care.
Yeah.
Well, congrats. On a good note, congrats to the sellers that made rank, man.
Oh, yeah,
congrats.
man.
A lot of them. A lot of y'all out there.
A lot of sailors made rank, man. I was actually, I didn't think the CEO, I was on a ship last week when they announced the names of the 1MC, man. I was like, man, I didn't think he was going to stop announcing names on there, man.
Yeah.
I feel like the whole ship got advanced, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, that's always a good time, man. And boy, I remember, man, being on the ship, just listening to, you know what I mean, to your, to not my name, but to my sailor's name, like looking for it, like, because they do it in alphabetical order, right?
Yeah.
So you be like, man, I hope they don't pass this letter. You know what I mean? I hope they call their names, man. I'm like, I'm big on it. And I had times, man, so that you have to go talk to them sailors that did make it. You know what I mean? Things like that, man. But we not on that level right now. We on the sailors who, you know, that made it, man. And I'm proud of them guys that's out there, man. Because I think it was like 4 DC men made it on my ship. And we was all there together, man. When they was making it, they was jumping up and down. I was like more excited for them than when they made it, man. I'm all pumped up.
Yeah, like the shops, you can hear it. You can hear the people.
Yeah.
Told you, bro. Told you. Like, you know, I mean, like, but like, yo, I like one of your DC men made it. I think one of the times, or it was like a GSC or something. And I'm in the shop, the EM shop with the EMs. You know, we waiting, hearing who made it. And then like my blood is like rushing because I'm like, yo, I got to get over it was either General Workshop or a CCS, but I was like, I got to get over there. Like, soon as it's over, I'm gone. Like, you know, because then you want to go, you dap people up. You know, it's a really big moment, man. Like when I was third and I made second, that was a big moment, bro.
I'm here to tell you, man, that second class, man, making second class is big, man.
Yeah.
It's big. It ain't as hard to make second as it is to make first. You know what I mean? But it just seemed like you got more, you empowered more, man, for some reason, man. Like you at that work center soup level. Now you hungry for it now because you ain't got it yet, but you now in second class. So now you kind of like, it's a possibility that I can get this work center soup, right? And then all that hard work you've done before, your chain of command probably know, hey, he or she is an up and comer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now we got to get him in there. You know what I mean? Hey, so first thing I tell them, hey, start getting your quals if you don't already have that. You know what I mean? That works in a soup qual. Go ahead and get it. Oh, somebody may be leaving soon. You know what I mean? We have to put you in there. So you got to know what's going on. Them type of talks you start having.
Yeah.
I mean, then you start seeing their eyes light up. You start seeing them like get that you know, that look. You know what I mean? I'm ready to lead look. You know what I mean? I'm ready to take this work center to this next level look.
Yeah.
That's what you want, man.
I think,
you know what I mean?
I think works in a suit. I think second class. So I was a works in a suit when I was a third, right? Making third was a big deal for me because I came on a ship as an E1 and it was like ETs and seamen that was seconds in like 6 months, right? So making third was a big deal too. But the reason for me why I think making second was such a big deal back then, because people were like, when I was coming up, people were retiring in seconds. You know, so some of the like most legit dudes I knew were second classes, like dudes with over 16 years in. Some of the dudes I looked up to were seconds. So I think for me, you know, and I just wanted to jump in and say that one thing, like that's what like did it for me. Like, damn, I get to be like Willis, or damn, I get to be the rank that Bragg is, knowing that it's going to take a long time to really get my knowledge level up to where theirs are. But that shit was big back then.
Yeah, man. Hey, you bring that up, man. And I'm going to say the name, man. My boy Flo, man. Hey, he retired, man. Same way, second class, bro. I'm talking about big time, bro.
Yeah.
I'm talking, just like my big brother, man. We always hung out, always talking, bro. And like to this day, man, we always be hitting me up, man. This dude was legit, man.
Yeah.
And knew his rate. And you don't get into the you know, the crosshairs of what happened and how it happened, all that. I don't care about none of that. But I'm here to tell you, this dude knew his shit. You know what I mean? He freaking mentored, all that stuff, man. And he was older than me. So, man, I kind of like, you automatically like, look up. I'm a guy that follow knowledge, man. You know what I mean? This guy was always on his shit, man. So I kind of follow. Uniform was always squared away, that type of guy, man. So big shouts out to him, man.
Yeah,
big time, bro.
The most instrumental people in my career as a junior seller were seconds. All and most, like in rate, out of rate, they were all seconds. It's other people, but it was like you a lot further removed from them, like the first classes, the Chiefs and shit. But like the seconds were there, But again, congrats, congrats to everybody that made second, third, first class, man. Congrats.
Yeah, man. I got another shout out, man, while I'm on here, man.
Oh, for real?
That's a big deal. I got one more, man. Got one more.
You said you got one more?
Big time shout out, man. One more, man. My son, man. Old Mark.
There we go, man. Let's get
old
them
Mark
claps
put
going.
on third class, man.
Claps going, man.
Snuck it in too, bro. He snuck it in on me, man. Like, cause I didn't think he was up, and I don't know why my thought process of how long he been in. Like, I'm thinking like Mark just left the house.
Yeah.
I mean, but he actually going up on 2 years, man.
Damn.
I mean, November, I think it'll be 2 years in. And he freaking picked up Thursday. He hit me up. So I'm talking to him on the phone, like for a minute. But he's in Japan, so they haven't got no, results or anything out yet or whatever. And as I'm hitting him up, I said, all right, man, I got to catch a flight in the morning, so I'm going to sleep, whatever, right? So I wake up in the morning and he hit me up and said, yeah, I made third. I said, oh, shit. And I got people already posted their kids making him third. And I'm like, God damn, man. I didn't get the post mark.
Yeah, man.
But that's a big deal, man. I'm proud of you, boy. Keep pushing, man.
Yeah, congrats, man. I think Mark listened to the pod. So, hey, congrats, man.
He on there.
Yeah, congrats. Keep
About
it up.
time, too. He's a little slow on the draw, though.
It's all good, man. Keep it up, baby. Keep it up, man. We got another promotion, right? What's this other promotion that you wanted to talk about, man?
Yeah, man. So,
hey, be careful with
first
this
off,
one, man. Tread lightly, man.
I
know the person,
lightly,
yo.
Man. You know this person?
Just go ahead and then we talk about it.
Yeah, I know her too. Right?
Oh, shit. Okay.
So, first off, man, it's an article out, so I ain't got to be ashamed by saying the name. Jess. What's up, Jess?
Saunders,
how you doing?
right? Jessica Saunders.
Yeah, Saunders.
She put me through
Jessica
the season.
Saunders.
She was like a chief who put me through the season. She's cool. Man.
Nice, man. I know she just left my command, so I know her. Like she just left. We was in the mess 3 years ago. So I ain't shooting no shots at you.
Yeah.
We cool, girl. But I want to say, man, straight up, she is not, and I'm talking about she is not.
Well, you ain't even
this
say
article
the
says she
yet.
is the first Gunner's Mate Master Chief, right?
The first,
female.
Yeah, woman Gunner's Mate Master Chief.
Yes, she
Congrats,
is not.
Jess. Congrats, Jess, on being
congrats
the
on making
first
Master Chief,
woman's
first off.
Master
Congrats.
Chief Gunner's Mate. Congrats, Jess. Congrats. Congrats. Jess. Congrats.
Jess,
good
we
shit,
love you over here, Jess. You see, we love you over here, but you're not the first female Gunner's Mate Master Chief. And I'm saying that
that's Navy Times' fault.
Yeah, Navy Times. It's Navy Times' fault. And I'm not even getting into the comments. I'm not getting what everybody else said. I'm talking about what I know, right? 2011, when I made Chief, it was a Gunner Mate Master Chief on my ship on the Nimitz. Female. She talked to me a couple times, one-on-one, me and her talking.
Yeah.
And I forgot her name, so I couldn't, I wouldn't say her name anyway, but I forgot her name anyway. But I went to this lady office a couple times, talked to her. So I know she was a Gunner's Mate, and I know she was a Master Chief, man.
Yeah.
Like, ain't no way. Like she's a first, though. You know what I mean? So I don't know what happened with that. And maybe it's some details, so you guys can help us out with that. Maybe she's the first something else female, but it ain't the first Gunner's Mate Master Chief. Maybe it's the first female something.
Gunner's Mate.
Huh?
The first woman
The
named
first
Jessica Saunders. Gunner's Mate.
I don't know. Hey, and maybe I'm gonna ask her too, man. I got a number. Me and her just actually talked not too long ago.
I'm sure she'll probably have a laugh about it. She pretty cool.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna hit her up, man. I should hit her up right now while we talking over here, man.
It's early as hell, man. She in San Diego, it's early as hell. But congrats to her. Like that's a legit thing.
Big deal, man.
It's crazy because I was looking at the comments under the post, and people, first of all, people are people. Again, like they act weird with things. But it was people under the post asking other people, like, hey, what wasn't you aren't you a GMCM? And the lady was like, yes. like so they was like, hey, Navy Times, man. We rely on
Navy
y'all, man.
Times.
Y'all are number one source of information for the
I'm
Permission to
telling you, we
Speak
love
Freely
you guys, though,
podcast,
David
man.
Times.
Y'all letting us down.
You let us down this one, though, but we love you, though.
Navy Times, y'all letting us down. Look, that shit made me delete all my Navy Times articles, man. I had a couple little articles to talk about today from Navy Times, man. But y'all was wrong for this, man. Y'all wrong. Y'all need to come back. The same way the Navy need to come clean about whatever they did with they post. Y'all need to come back and say something about this, man. Y'all can't just let... And then y'all got the nerve to say that y'all reached out to a spokesperson from the Navy and they ain't respond. Well, we reaching out to y'all. Y'all messed this GMC and stuff up. Y'all need to holler at us. So this week for me, I left my command, right? So this week was my last week at my command. I checked out on Tuesday or Wednesday. I don't know. I forgot. Yep. But I want to shout out Lieutenant Descatado and all my juniors. So, we talked a little bit about it, but I had a going away event that really ran smooth. People bought food. It was a whole bunch of stuff. And I asked my LT to plan it. So and the capacity in which I work, I don't have a Divo. So me and LT kind of just forged a Divo LCPO type of relationship. Me, like, I can't operate without having my Divo, man. Like I always have good relationships with my Divos. So we just forged it and we really had a really good relationship. I wish we actually did get to do some work related stuff together. But it was more just us talking. I would talk to her about the podcast and we would talk lightly sometime about some professional stuff like that. But I want to take a moment. She listened to the pod, so she's going to hear this. I don't know how she listens sporadically though. Like she listens, but it's not like every episode in a row. I think she I think she look at the time and she picked the shorter ones first. But she always listens. So I want to take the moment to thank you for being that Divo, for me, but also thank you for planning a going away for me as well. And just always being motivated and caring about the Navy. Like she kept me in that, in there working with all the civilians, you could get in your bubble, you know what I mean? And you could not Navy for 2 years or whatever. So she just kind of kept me in that realm of wanting to make sure that I was Navyan as well. So I appreciate you. And I also appreciate the junior sellers that I work with. The kind of person I am, if I work with junior sellers, they probably know more about me than everybody else, right? Because I talk. I'm an open book, right? So, man, I've seen, even on my going away stuff, the junior sellers, they talking to Angeline. They yeah, we care more about Angeline than we care about you, and stuff like that. So they know, they care, they interested, and I know about them in their life. Probably some things that they never told anybody else. You know what I mean? So, and that's just who I am and the way that I like to maneuver when it comes to creating a culture in my workplace. I like to be, I'm an open book, so if I'm going through something, I'm normally sharing it. So I want to shout out all of the junior sellers who I had a chance, even the ones that left, all of the ones who I had a chance to work with in these last 2 years. It wasn't many because of the job that I had, but I appreciate y'all. And thank you for giving me some problems to try to help with and just giving me some conversation and some time and trusting me or whatever. I feel like I had a good relationship with the sellers over there. So I appreciate it. For the command, like I said, this is probably one of my favorite commands. You rank them differently. The command we were at together, it's ranked well because of the people that was there. And it's also, I cried when I left there. But it's also ranked well due to the fact that we went through a lot of shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This command, it wasn't that. It just was good. You know what I'm saying? It just was milk and honey, like the whole time. We didn't go through nothing. And a lot of times we don't count the times where we didn't have much adversity or whatever. So I do want to take the time out to say this was a great command. Damn near perfect, from my perspective. And I, if I could ever go again, I would go back at a higher role, whatever like that. So thank y'all. I appreciate it.
Yeah, man. I tell you what though, man, speaking of that, man, people don't say it and people go out there and they do a lot of sea time back to back to back and all that stuff, man. But I tell you, man, a good short duty will recharge your batteries though, man.
Yeah.
For real. it will recharge your batteries, and you get that itch back, right? You get that itch back to go back to sea, man. So most definitely, man, that's big time, man. Good short dude is great, man.
Yeah, I'm ready, man. I'm ready. Did I delete it? Yeah, I think so. I had a oh, it's right here, matter of fact. So one of the listeners, they hit me up, they text me, right? And this says, with Damon making DCCM and his fleet reserve approved, the listeners want to know what he's going to do. So let's backtrack. Hey, man, our guy, if you're a PTSF listener, day one, year one, episode one, the one about trunk space, even if you just heard the one about trunk space 2 weeks ago, one more time, man. Soul clap. Our guy, Damon, made Master Chief.
Yeah, man. I really appreciate it, man. I really appreciate it, man. To everybody, though, man. Like I said this on my a little bit on my post, man. We talking about family first and all that good stuff, man, which I'll talk about in a second, man. But we talk about mentors, mentees, man, friends, family, everybody, man. We all made Master Chief, bro. You know what I mean? Like let's real talk, man. Like you don't even understand like how many people like every year these results get ready to come out, man. People say, hey, it ain't 2 better than you. It ain't 3 better than you. So with that being said, not to toot my horn or nothing like that, but what I'm saying is people was believing in me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? People really believed in me and thought I was at least working at that level, man. So I really appreciate that, man. And then to answer the question about what I'm going to do, man, let me tell you guys, man. And me and Damo talked about this a little bit too, man. Like my issue was that first off, I thought they changed how they was doing the Master Chief, how they was making Master Chiefs, right? And then on top of that, I really didn't want to leave like right now with my kids and all that stuff, leave San Diego like right now, right? If that's the case, which I don't know, but if that's the case, right? So I had all these things going on right then. I was like, man, I might not take it if I did make it. But at the same time, I was like, they doing it different, right? I don't really want to leave San Diego. It's probably going to be the year my name be on the list. Mm-hmm. If it's any other way, you know, it's probably going to be now because of all this stuff that I got going on, right? Got my papers approved, got all that stuff good to go, man. My mindset is starting to change. You know what I mean? On what now I'm actually thinking about resumes and thinking about all these people sending me resumes and all that stuff. Guess what? My name probably going to be on this list because I got all this stuff going on right now. And it was on the list, right? And I'm going to tell you what comforted me. And it was my wife, man. She gave me the words of like, she just said this. If you don't accept, you know, orders somewhere else, you probably going to regret that shit the rest of your life. Mm-hmm. She said, you probably going to be thinking about this, the what ifs for a long ass time.
Yeah.
And that kind of comfort me because that was dude, that's this DC shit. And everybody know me. I love this shit, right? So it ain't had nothing to do with me going somewhere else. It ain't got nothing to do with like me personally.
Yeah.
But it's not all about me no more, right? It's not all about me. I got to have other people in the same lineup with me to make me, you know what I'm saying, want to go out there and be the best I could be. And that's was Ella. So when she gave me that comfort, say, okay, I let's go. You know what I mean? So I was very, like, I felt better. So if you guys want to know, I'm most definitely, if I get orders, I'm most definitely taking them. And I'm most definitely going to go somewhere and hopefully go out there and do some great things, man. I got that itch back, Damo. You know what I mean? Yeah. My name hit that list and that itch came back. I cannot wait to get out there on somebody's ship and go to work, man. You know, go to work teaching, you know what I'm saying, from the deck place. I can't wait, man. I'm excited, pumped.
I like it. I'm happy for you, man. I'm happy for you. Interested to see what you could do. We saw what you could do as a senior chief. I'm interested to see what you could do as a master chief. And as much as, you know, people, you know, we still chiefs, you know, things change. Like your scope of responsibility could change. The rooms that you in, the conversations you could have, those things do change as you continue to promote and climb those ladders.
Yeah, man. Most definitely, man. Most definitely. And boy, and one more thing, man. The shout outs, man. I know I got a lot of, family and friends and stuff like that, man. But everybody who's hitting me up on my phone, text, whatever the case may be, man. Big shouts out to you guys, man. You guys don't know how much I appreciate that stuff, man. Like, man, it means a lot, man. It really, really does mean a lot, man. Coming from everybody, from all, places in the world, man, hitting me up to make sure that I knew that they saw it, man. You know what I'm saying? They seen your name, man. Congratulations. And that means a lot, man. So I just really, really appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
I do got some questions though with the marketplace thing, man. Excited about it and all that stuff. And I think it could be a good thing, right? I think it could be a good thing because now you're making Master Chiefs all across the board and they cannot put on Master Chief until they pick orders. I kind of feel that because we got a lot of gap billets, right? It's a lot. So I'm kind of feeling that, right? But my only question is, and maybe I just haven't got the answer because I've been on a lot of travel and maybe I haven't got the answers yet. But the only thing I know right now about this whole ordeal is that my name was on the list and I got to select some orders, right?
Yeah.
We all saw the nav admin that came out. The nav admin didn't say anything. It didn't say call your detailer. It didn't say do nothing. It didn't say like nothing, right? So I'm kind of in limbo. I think it should be a little bit more information put out about it. And that's my only issue right now.
Mm-hmm.
Let me know. Now, I heard rumors, just looking at social media and talking to a certain number of people, but I don't know if it's facts or not. In August, will everybody talking about say, hey, you guys going to be able to select orders in August? So I'm like, oh, okay. But what I'm saying is that could be the case, but wasn't nothing put out black and white saying that though.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like nothing, like it should seem like that should have been part of the nav admin saying, hey, you guys all on this list, bam, bam, if you got an asterisk, you can select now. If you don't have an asterisk by your name, you'll be selecting orders in August or say something. You know what I mean? And then the only thing I know, then it tells you to reference A, which reference A is the marketplace nav admin that came out. I think it was 262, 261 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
That nav admin that came out is telling you to refer back to that one. The only thing that's doing is telling you how they're going to do it though. You know what I mean? It don't tell you like nothing else. So that's my only questions, man. I just need to get like a clearer answer because now next year, the senior chief's doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Right? So next year, the senior chief's going to promote the same way we promoted this year. And this is the time now to clarify and clear up all those, questions that people may have about what's going on.
Yeah. So the Navy is being surprisingly confusing about something, right? Totally uncharacteristic. It's totally uncharacteristic of the Navy to be confusing about something, man.
Yeah, man.
But good luck. I mean, I saw one of my homies, one of my dudes I know who made Master Chief. He was online saying that these ain't bad problems to have, because he going through the same thing as you too. Everybody keep asking questions.
Yeah.
It's like,
trust me, I ain't that mad about it. And on top of that, though, to be honest with you, I got a good short duty, so I ain't tripping. You know what I mean? Short duty is pretty good. So
it's like, yo, do you congratulate the person yet? Do you hold it? It's to me, it's like y'all made bored. You know what I'm saying? It's like y'all
right?
Or y'all got
yes, exactly what it's like.
Yeah, it's
man.
like y'all made bored. Yeah, that's what it's like.
Yeah, and people have messed with me like that already, bro.
Yeah,
like been messing with me like that. So yeah.
I got a big time, not to be undone by you. We joked about it last episode. I was gonna wait till you dropped your bomb for me to drop my bomb. But Angeline is pregnant, man. Pregnant. We got a baby on the way. We got a baby.
Can we get the
way.
applause on that one?
Yeah, I was trying to get away from the claps because I feel like I did it too many times. I'm gonna give y'all another round of Tyrese, man.
I wanted to become the combination between Denzel and Will Smith.
Oh man!
And some way, somehow, I was able to accomplish that.
Stand on that, right? And I mean, really stand on it.
Nah, I gotta stand on this shit.
And I'm not the one you think I am, brother. I will take 20 years of the military and beat your.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Hey, let me. I know you got some stuff you want to add, man, but I just want to say real quick, man. Like, I'm so excited, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you don't even understand, man. And first off, I'm going to say this too. I've been holding this shit in, right? I've been holding this in, man. Like for real. Me and Ella been holding this in. Angeline, we've been holding this in. We knew. We've been holding this in. I just want you to know that. We ain't call, we ain't text, we ain't did anything yet. But now it's on. Right. As soon as I get off this podcast, I'm sure I'm gonna go tell Ella, and I'm assuming you finna get some messages right now. But man, I'm so proud, man. I know everything that went on from in the betweens and all that stuff, man. And I know how excited you are. And several conversations we done had about this, man. And I'm just like so freaking excited, man. I don't know how many times I can say that, man, but bro, I'm gonna track this, man. I'm on it, bro. I'm on it, man. Like, this is big. I know, man. I'm excited, bro.
Yeah.
I'm happy for you guys, man. And I hope everything works out. I hope everything is good to go. Shit, bro.
Yeah.
This is a big deal, man. I remember when I'll give you guys a quick story, man. And having my first kid, man. I was like, ain't no playbook for it, right? Ain't no playbook for this, man. Things gonna happen. You can be like, what the hell? What's going on? But you love every minute of it because you control the environment. You control everything that's happening. Like, and then you start really the big deal about this whole thing, man, is the fact that you kind of start thinking like, man, how did my parents accomplish this shit?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? How did they juggle all this stuff and make things happen, man? Like all the time. And at the time, I just had one. You know what I mean? Like, how they doing it with 6? You know what I mean? It's things like that, man. So big shots out to you, man. Big shots out to Angeline, man. And I got my eye on you guys, man. I'm watching, man.
Yeah.
I'm watching.
Yeah,
I love it, man.
It's funny. It's funny you say that though, and I know my mom listened, but me and Angeline was talking, and we talking about like our life, our just coming off of her being injured and stuff like that, like us going into funds that we intended to have as a security blanket, but she been sick for so long and was out of work. So we talk about money, man. And like you just said, like I think about like my mom, like she didn't have probably half of what we have. And like she had 3 of us. You know what I mean? Like, so she, like, I'm still here. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like, life has failed me or nothing like that. But for the listeners, everybody that listens and everybody that understands and knows the story, familiar with the story, please keep us in whatever it is that you do when you hoping for the best for people, right? For my mom and them, keep us in your prayers. For everybody else, whatever it is you do, your thoughts, whatever, your wishes, whatever, just keep us in there. Cause I know we need it. It took me a while to even express that I was happy. You know what I mean? To Angeline, cause I ain't want her to feel like if something happened, I let her down. You know what I mean? I mean, well, no, she let me down. I mean, and that's a deeper conversation. But so we are embracing it every day. I'm like, yo, is the baby, you go through, like for me, you go through a miscarriage. Every day I'm like, yo, is the baby still here? Is the baby still here? Is the baby still here? So, she going, like, I think every couple weeks or every month she'll be doing ultrasounds, and then it'll be every 2 weeks, and then it'll be every week. The weirdest, funniest thing about all this shit is I put in a request to go back to sea a year early, right? And then the baby due January 1st. So I put this request to go back to sea a year early, and now, boom, she pregnant. You know what I mean? And I was telling the people at my job when I was leaving, I'm like, she probably wouldn't even be pregnant if I ain't do this. That's just the way the Navy gods work.
Yeah,
that's the way that, our God, like that's the type of sense of humor that like they got. Like, all right, motherfucker, now I'm gonna do this now. Now y'all pregnant. Y'all gonna have this baby now, right? So luckily I am in Norfolk. Luckily I'm in Norfolk. We didn't go to Cali or nothing like that. So yes, it's a long road. I'll be back and forth. We'll see what happens. But I'm definitely super happy and super excited. And I think Saint knows too. Like he always around, trying to be around and stuff. But not to be undone by me. We got to talk about 2 other dudes that probably shouldn't be having kids. Probably a little too old to be having kids. So you put my guy on the topic list a while ago, and I wasn't going. I was going to ditch the topic because it was old news. I'm like, man, it's too old. There's no reason to talk about it. But you put my guy Bobby D. You put Bobby D on the topic list, man. Why'd you put him on the topic list? Was it because of the baby?
Yeah, man. Big shots out, man. Like it makes me feel a little. But hold on, let me get into it real quick though, man. Like. Is it scientifically possible?
I guess so. I guess so, man.
I mean, like, that's why I'm giving the shots out, man. You got to, man. At that age, man, and you still like want to have sex.
Yeah.
Not even talking about freaking having a baby. We talking about you even want to have sex, right? So big shots out to him, man. Like, I don't know, like my thing is like, big shots out to the mom too, because of the fact that he's not going to be around.
Oh,
he's not going to be there for graduation, bro. Bro, he's not going to be there for graduation.
I'm not okay with you saying that because Robert De Niro is Robert De Niro to me he's my favorite actor.
Yeah.
Ever. Like him and Leonardo DiCaprio, they fighting for that number one. But Robert De Niro from like the 70s through the 90s is elite. Like he's my favorite actor, yo.
Yeah. So okay, I'm tracking. So
he is old.
Robert De Niro,
he is old.
Like for everybody to know, man. And I said that, and you guys, that's so blah, blah, blah. Hey, Robert De Niro is 79 years old.
Yeah.
Robert De Niro was probably gonna be 80 when this baby's born.
Yeah.
Right. So what I'm getting at is Robert De Niro might not be there for the graduation.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just talking facts. It ain't like I'm trying to throw shots at Robert.
Like he might be shooting a movie.
Well, Clint Eastwood still shooting me by 90 something. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I just big shots out to him, man. Like for guys like me, man, that's big time, man. But I ain't trying to have no kids no more, though. I'm telling you that right now. But big shots out to Robert De Niro.
So whenever you think of Robert De Niro, though, it's always another name that most people think about, due to like the gangster movies or just the movies that they did together, Heat, Godfather 2, just the connection, right? And you always think about Al Pacino, right?
Yeah.
So not to be outdone by Bobby D. Al Pacino at 83 years old right now has a 29-year-old woman pregnant. Allegedly. Right? I say allegedly because Al Pacino is surprised about this and he's trying to get a DNA test. Like, Al Pacino, like, what the hell? Hold on. Because Al Pacino probably like, let me make sure this mine because I'm about to be shelling out money. Al Pacino and Robert De Niro, man, they legends, yo. They legendary.
They can't do no wrong. Is Al Pacino married? Is outside the marriage?
I mean, I know De Niro was married and he got divorced.
Okay.
I'm assuming Pacino. I'm assuming this wouldn't be reported if Pacino was married or whatever.
Yeah,
this is his girlfriend. So they just got older and they got girlfriends like that's over 50 to 60 years younger than these dudes.
Yeah, man.
I had Cher as a topic at one point because she was out there too, but we never talked about it. But what was you about to say?
I was about to just say the same thing, bro. Like Al Pacino, man. He ain't gonna be there for the graduation, man. I just want to make sure I say it about him too.
Yeah,
he gonna be.
Yo, he another one. He one of my. I think Pacino and De Niro is almost everybody's top 10. Like at least from at least up to 90s babies. I would assume, or at least up to 80s babies. It's like almost everybody top 10 favorite actors. They gotta be. Like who else?
Yeah, man.
Like who else you got there?
They too big time, man.
Yeah,
and I'm talking about. Not only like, I mean, I will get into this real quick, man, but I want to say, like, not just the gangster movies, though.
Yeah, no.
Like everything, bro. Everything they touch, you want to go see it because you know the work these cats put in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like anything, man. It's like I'm really going to see the movie for a name.
Oh, yeah. They were star actors that made you go watch movies.
Yeah.
Like even A Bronx Tale, with Robert De Niro. I think he was a bus driver in that. Mostly A Scent of a Woman with Al Pacino. He was a war hero in that. Well, a veteran. That movie was really, really good. He won an Oscar for that. So Those guys are great. As a matter of fact, if you're in the military, you never saw Son of a Woman with Chris O'Donnell and Al Pacino, go watch it. It's great. Yeah. Speaking of war heroes and military stuff, bro, I bought something from the Next, and it was made in China, and I felt like a traitor. Well, why are we still selling products that's made in China, man?
Bro, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Like, I damn near thought everything was probably made in China, man.
For real?
Shit, I'm gonna be real with you, man. Like I haven't been looking like that lately, though. But shit, man, everything got fucking made in China name on it, man. I don't get it. I'm now since I saw it. Well, you know, we were gonna talk about this a little bit, and I was like, man, let me start checking. You know what I mean? So now I'm on the road now, man. Everything I'm looking at it now, man.
Yeah.
Where this shit made from. But I know if you buy a lot of shit offline, if you're an Amazon person, that shit probably in fucking China.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man.
Or Wish, what's that app? Wish that give you the wrong
Wish,
stuff?
Sheen, all that shit.
But I'm talking about like I bought it from the exchange, bro. That's the military. Like, what we doing?
Hey,
like,
we need to know about that. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah,
man.
like, are we getting rid of the stock? Like Adidas and Kanye? Like, are we just getting rid of whatever was like we had from China? Like, what's going on?
Man,
I just don't think I should be buying something from the exchange. It was like a towel, like for my face, like or something like that. Oh no, it was a comforter set or whatever. I got a comforter set. My sister came to visit. We changed the comforter set. I got a comforter set. Yeah. And a real quick one. So I was like, let me just go to exchange. And it was made in China, man. I'm like, what the hell? I just wanted to bring that up. That's just
man.
weird.
That's crazy though. That's crazy. Out of NEX, bro.
Yeah, that was another thing happened to me that was weird, man. I went to the liquor store, man. I had a Coyote brown shirt, man. A Still Beach, actually made by Still Beach, Still Beach Design.
Yeah.
And one of the dude at the liquor store, he's like, hey, you got a job in the Army? And I knew what that meant. Like, are you in the military, right? These dudes just don't like know that the Navy is the biggest branch, you know what I mean? The dopest branch. He's like, you got a job in the Army? I'm like, yeah. He's like, yeah, you look like it. I was like, hey, man. I was like, you know, he was trying to be cool. Like, he wasn't trying to be offensive. I was like, hey, man.
He wasn't trying to be funny, man.
Yeah, I was like, I don't like that, man. In fact, I hate that. You know what I mean? I don't like that. Like, don't say that. Like, don't say that. Man. Don't say that, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I had to ask him a couple questions, man. What that means, man?
Like
what kind of look is the Army have? I just want to know so I can stay away from that look.
Yeah,
you know
like, I mean? Don't nobody want to say that. Yeah, don't nobody want to hear that. Like, you don't want to hear you look like you're the military. Like, it's cool to, like, I work in DC, so it's the Marine base. All them, like, I tell my wife, like, he's a Marine. He's a Marine. But I think Navy people don't want to, like, look like they're in the Navy. You know what I'm saying? So that's
but my thing is though also that just to add to that, how comfortable is to come up and say, hey, you look like you in the Army.
Well, I don't think
we ain't homies.
I don't think he was the dude that was selling the liquor. But I don't think he was trying to be offensive. I think he was trying to be like cool. Like trying to like create a conversation with me and relate to me or whatever. So, you know. But like you see how you taking it, like, yo, that's disrespect. like yo, saying I look like I'm in the military is disrespectful, dog. Especially when I got all civilian clothes on. You know what I mean? Like, I don't got nothing on.
You got that look, Damo. You got that look, bro.
Yo, bro, you
got that old Army ass look, bro.
Yo, you ever catch? This is not a topic. You ever see like the Stolen Valor videos, bro?
Stolen violence?
Stolen valor. Like where people got on like military uniforms, but they never did no service, man.
Oh.
and they getting called out.
Yeah, bro.
These videos
I ain't seen it, but I know that shit gotta be funny as shit.
I followed I was following one of the Stolen Valor pages on TikTok, channels on TikTok under PTSF. But I wound up stopping. But yo, them joints be so funny, man. I wound up stopping because some of the people they were calling out was like really in the military. I'm like, yo, y'all can't. Like some of these people was really in the military. Like I almost now want to go out somewhere and look like I'm not in the military so somebody could try to call me out. You know what I mean? Like somebody that was never in the military could try to, because it'd be like people that was never in the military calling out people for having like uniforms on that's like also was never in the military. It's weird. And the worst one I saw, it was a dude who I believe was in the military. I believe he was a Marine. And they calls him out. And it's a couple people, but the one dude who called him out, you know, they asked him, he was like, well, are you in the military? He's like, yeah, I'm a Navy chief. I was like, oh no. I was like, yo, why are we why you gotta go so hard with it, man? He's like, I'm a Navy chief, man. He walked back in the restaurant. They was like at like a Denny's, bro. My man had like a grand slam or something. Like they was at a Denny's. He's like, I'm a Navy chief. Like then he goes back. I was like, yo, we gotta stop with this Navy chief. Like, dude, like you pushing us back, man. We trying to go forward. Man.
Damn, bro. Damn.
Yeah, we trying to go forward. My last little quick hit is this year. It's something I noticed, man. This year, the first year that I seen people post PRT pics, like pictures of the results, or just post saying they was tired, or post saying like, damn, I just finished my PRT. I feel good. And I guess the whole year gap, it makes the PRT an event now. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if you've seen it, but I've seen that like all over my timeline. Like, I never saw that before. Like people like just finished my PFA. I don't know, but that was just something I noticed.
Yeah, man. I didn't think of it like that, but I have seen people posting though about the PFA, PRT.
More than before, right?
Huh?
More than ever before, right?
Yeah. I see. I didn't really like you know, pay attention to it as much, but I have seen it like a lot more. But yeah, you're right, man. That once a year, man. You know what I'm saying?
Event, yeah.
And when you do that shit one time a year, man, I might post one myself.
You ain't do yours yet?
Nah. It's coming up though. They got a plan. I don't even look, bro. Don't even get me started with PRT, man. Like we got the whole year to do this thing, man.
Yeah.
I feel like if we had the whole year to do it, I feel like I would have had some events going on like every month. You know what I mean? Just to help people out and get them motivated and give them a timeline. They still had a timeline for hours too, though. It's no big deal. But I would have like had somebody. I had them doing it the whole time, so you know it'd be good to go. But also I understand how being a CFL can be like, nah, we forget this shit over with, so I ain't got to worry about this shit all year. So I understand that from a CFL standpoint too.
I'm doing mine. I did mine already, right?
Yeah.
I ain't want to get into that. I'm gonna get into this real quick. So I did mine, right? My plank was like 341, so I beat my last plank. Right, it wasn't 4 minutes though. I saw somebody hit 4 minutes. I could have stayed on there, but I listened to like Meek Mill, Dreams and Nightmares, and I just do my plank, and I made it through the whole song, and then I just stopped. Right, body shaking and stuff. Right, I don't want nobody to think that I'm just solid with it. By 341, my body a little shaking, but I go to do it. Right, it's an MC2 at my command that I know. You know, he cool. So I'm talking to him the whole time, but then it's this chief too. Like one of them like stocky dudes. Like you don't know if he's skinny or if he bigger, but he might be able to do a lot of push-ups. He might not. You know what I mean? So you know, I'm like, so what you gonna do? He's like, I'm gonna max out on a push-up. I'm gonna max out. You know what I mean? So I'm talking to him and MC2, and and when you at the PFA thing, it's a courting period where like people trying to figure out like who they gonna do it with. You know what I mean? So you know, they try to see how realistic you are, like how hard, like you know, if you like, man, I ain't really trying to do too much. So people might be like, oh, this is probably the best person to do it with, right? Meanwhile, the other dude, the chief dude, he's trying to max out on everything or whatever. So I'm like, all right, I'm leaning toward just running it with MC2, regular humans, right? So so the time comes, the chief dude, he's inching more and more toward me though, to do it with me, right? So he like, hey, you know, we gonna do this. And I look back at MC2 and I feel bad. And I'm like, I gotta do it with him. You know, MC2, he get lucky and he the one who had to do it with the CFL.
Oh no.
He had to do it with the CFL, man. And I was looking at his face. I was looking at the CFL. I know the CFL, my dude. And he ain't about to let nobody slide. But I'm looking at MC2 face. when the CFL come up to him, he's like, yo, I'm gonna just run it with you. MC2 was like, are you like monitoring everybody? Or are you just monitoring me? He's like, I'm with you. Whatever. Right? So I felt bad for MC2. Then my man, the chief, he get up there and max out on the push-ups. My man, you know how they say break 90? My man.
He broke shit. You should have been like, no.
Yo, my man, like, nah, his first couple out the gate, he tried to do like 45 of them in like 10 seconds. You know, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I was like, yo, bro, you gotta break 90, bro. Like, because at this point, it ain't even like as much as it's about following the rules. It's also about you about to get up here and act like you could do more push-ups than me, bro. But you
ain't even doing them right.
Like, go ahead, break 90, boss man. So he did his thing though. He did max out. He maxed out on his plank too, man. He maxed out on his plank, man. But that was a fun PFA.
Yeah, man. That's funny though, man. Like when them CFLs get around that, man. Like, but you know what's crazy also, man? Is like when I was at the CFL, man, and I got this guy, and it's bad when you are at a big command because you may not know. You on a ship, you kind of know who you're gonna do your shit with because you all talked about it ahead of time. You kind of know. When you at a big command, you go out there, you may not be anybody, right? So you out there, you getting ready to go or whatever to do yours, and you about to count them, and they start doing some old half-ass shit. And then you look around and see a CFL standing around your shoulder. You gotta be like, hey man, you gotta bring that in.
Yeah, like yo, you can't do that, boss. Like,
yeah, man. Like you gotta call them out because CFL, like right there, hey, man, you can't do that.
It's
shit,
an integrity call, right? We supposed to. But people,
man.
We know, people do they push-ups bad. Like let's not act like people don't do their push-ups. A lot of people out here doing their push-ups real bad, man.
Like straight trash.
CFLs don't even be checking some of these people that's doing their push-ups bad. It's not nice. Like it is not. It is not cool. People doing them shoulder ups, bro. Like just shoulder, neck, all shoulder.
Just gone. Boom. I'm like, what is the hell is going on, bro?
Then they coming up talk about they did 85.
Yeah.
Oh man, do better. We ain't done to do better in a minute, man. I mean, the Navy been doing some great things. Everything been great.
Yeah, man.
What's our do better though?
Man, my do better is pretty simple, man. It's what I've been like going through, man. Because I've been doing a lot of traveling, man.
Travel do better from Damo.
Travel. Yeah, travel do better, man. And it's with the Hawaiian Airlines this time, man.
Yeah.
Hawaiian Airlines, man. Like, you know, when you go on these long flights, man, they have a blanket for you, have you some earphones to plug in because they don't have the same plug-ins you got. They got all this stuff, like a little package deal, right? Ready for you when you leave. Man, in Hawaii, man, you got to pay for all that, man. You got to pay for a blanket.
Yeah.
You got to pay for Wi-Fi. I'm traveling 9 hours. Why I got to pay for this stuff, man? International flight type stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it was on my way back, though, because we had to fly from Japan to Hawaii. On the way back, man, I guess it wasn't the same from flying from San Diego to Japan.
Yeah.
But Hawaii to Japan, them motherfuckers want me to pay for all this shit, man. I'm on that freezing. I had to pay that. You got to pay that money, man. You going to be freezing on that thing.
That blanket don't even cover up your whole body. You even do it.
Yeah, a little small ass, thin ass blanket, but you got to have it, though. You got to have that blanket, man. I'm telling you, it be cold on that thing. They cut the lights off and shit. You better get that blanket, man.
It be so cold, your bones be hurting. Like, your bones be hurting, dog.
Yeah. Hawaii, you need to do better, man. I don't even care if it's just from San Diego to Hawaii. I feel like you need a blanket.
Yeah.
That's still 5 or 6 hours right there. I need that blanket, man.
Yeah.
Let's go. I shouldn't have to pay for that shit, man. Oh, expensive ass tickets, man. Come on, Hawaiian Airlines. Do better, man. Come on.
The CEO of Hawaiian Airlines counting that money like I am doing better, dog. He counting that money like I'm good.
Definitely.
I'm good. You do better.
Yeah, probably what they said.
My do better, right? This is a sit on my knee. No, I don't even want to make that reference. This is a bring your ass here kind of moment. So Chief, right? The proud chief that got proud chief on your decals and got decals all over your car. Got pictures of a goat on the back of your car, spray painting on the car. Got 1893 on the license plate. You know what I mean? Like, check it out, man. if you proud of your service, you proud of your rank, proud of the heritage, custom, and tradition, be proud of it. Stop letting these junior sellers punk you out of your pride, Chief. If you woke up, or if you, when you bought your Charger, you just knew that you was going to get the GOAT on that motherfucker, don't let these sellers on NAP compliance, on Facebook groups, punk you out of your pride. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause they got the whole get your chief joint going there where they find like somebody with some crazy chief pride thing all over it. Look, if you gonna buy them U.S. Navy clogs, buy them. Wear them on the ship. Own your pride. Y'all better stop letting these people punk y'all out y'all pride. I'm not putting the GOAT on my car. I'm not getting 1893 on my plates. I'm not adding those decals on mine. That's not a question on or wear my pride, but that's just not how I represent. That's just not how I represent. But if that's how you represent, don't feel bad about it. Post your shit. Be proud about it. Let them junior sellers say whatever they want to say. When I was a junior seller and I had like 3 years in the Navy, you wouldn't find me with no pride gear at all. Like nothing ever. like you would never know I was in the military ever. Like they gonna go through whatever they go through, and they gonna show how they in the military, however they will later on in their career too, when they, let things change. But y'all 40-something-year-old grown adults are letting some 20-something-year-old young adults punk y'all out of y'all pride. Y'all need to stop, man.
Represent, man. Show that tattoo. You know you got that tattoo, man. Show that 1893 tattoo, man.
You got it.
Old crusty, half faded ass 1893 tattoo.
Right. If we open up your shelf and you got about 45 different Navy mugs, that's your display of your pride. Don't let nobody punk you out of that shit. Y'all need to
try to downplay it when you get called out. Tell them stop downplaying it when you get called out. Yeah, that's my mug. Yeah, that's my tattoo. Yeah, that's my shirt. Yeah, that's my decal.
I'm proud. Man. I'm in the Navy. This shit saved my life. If you went and bought them Jordans, the military Jordans, y'all can't find. I wish I could find a picture of the Jordans. If you went and bought those Jordans, wear them shits proud, man. I knew a dude with he had like some Steelers Jordans on. But like he wore them, I was like, oh shit, you got the Steelers Jordans. Be like, dude, don't know, like I'm kind of being sarcastic. I'm like, oh shit, you got the Steelers Jordans on, dog. He like, yeah, this the squad. But he was proud, bro. Like y'all need to stop, man. I want to go in on y'all. Like, I need a slideshow of I want to go in on y'all because y'all are too old to be letting these young sellers punk y'all out of y'all pride. And that's my do. That's my do better, bro. That's
a good do better right there, man. And you know what? Speaking of that pride stuff, man, you ain't. I saw one of my boys posted, man. They got some. Now I don't know where this post come from, but it had some U.S. Navy Crocs, man.
Yeah, that's all. Yeah, them clogs, like they Crocs, yeah. Wear them. That's probably going to be the cover of this episode, them Jones. But if you like them, wear them, yo.
Wear them, bro.
Wear them to the ship. Like, if you can, I don't know, you got to be like Hawaii. I don't know. Wear them. Like, rock them.
Probably.
Don't let these young sellers.
I'm with you, man. Show your pride, man. Show your pride, man. Navy pride, chief pride.
Yeah, don't let them punk y'all out y'all chief pride, man. You know what I'm saying?
What it is, man. So I got this little thing, man, that I mean, what I support it though. Before I get into this, I want to let you guys know I support all of this, right? But I want to talk about these ships out here, man. They got the nice coffee shops.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Got arcade rooms, computer rooms. You name it, these ships got it. I even seen a ship, they even did the red tape cut. You know, they just cut the red tape when they opening something up for the first time on the ships.
Cutting joint.
Right? Ribbon cutting, right? I saw all this. I'm like, man, that's great. That's like the sailors love this shit, right? But can you get on the way? You know what I mean? I went on this ship, man. They got all this new shit. I don't want to say exactly what this ship I'm talking about because they know exactly what ship I'm talking about.
I want to know.
But I want to say They got a ribbon cutting going on. They got this brand new thing they got going on. Ship ain't got away in probably over a year, bro. You know what I mean? You got machines in here that's working for all the sailors, but your machines in the engine room ain't working.
Yeah.
Right? How about let's get these engines in the engine room working? You know what I mean? And then we can get some nice, you know what I mean, coffee shops and arcade rooms and all that stuff to rolling. But you can't even get in the way, man.
Yeah.
You can't even get in the way. And I got this. That's big for me though, man. Just thinking like, man, we haven't gotten away because of it's a reason. It's a reason why we haven't gotten away. You know what I mean? Because our equipment doesn't work.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Not because of scheduling issues, not because of, you know, we got other taskings to get done before we go in because we in the yards. It ain't because of none of this. We're not getting away because you got equipment that is jacked up, but you are doing all of this stuff. Now, I think all that stuff is, the stuff I'm talking about, I think is all great. Don't get it twisted. I think it's all great, but you got to have some pride in other places too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Getting your shit done. I mean, I'm sorry, I had to put that out there, man.
What the MWR officer supposed to do though? He just doing his job, and she just doing her job. Like,
yeah,
MWR,
I mean, I'm with it all,
hey,
man. But hey, we got to say, hey, that's a great idea. We gonna do all that, but let's get this ship up and running first.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm with all that too, especially on big ships anyway. You know, big ships, MWR is always going hard, man.
Yeah, it's
you gonna see that when you go to your next command, man. Them MWR, I think it's MWR. They got names
Fun
for them
Balls,
too.
the Fit Boss and all that.
Fun Ball, yeah, all them, man. They be going in, man.
Yeah,
they be going in.
It is. I mean, you do have a really good point. You know, you do have a really good point. But I mean, if we can't lead a pair, man, why not? Why not have a coffee shop? You know what I mean? Let's go have a little coffee and talk about why we can't lead a pair for a little. So mine is I got another thing too, a thought kind of like you, and it's about BAH. It's about because I'm moving, so I'm going to Norfolk. I'm going to Virginia, but my wife's going to stay here. And I was talking to somebody earlier, a chief, like yesterday, 2 days ago, and she didn't know this, but you know your BAH. It travels with you. So basically what I'm saying is wherever you go, where you get your orders at, that's where they cut you your BAH from. So if I'm going to Norfolk now, I'm supposed to be getting Norfolk BAH. Right?
Oh shit. I thought it was where I don't know.
No, it's where your orders. It's where your orders at.
Okay.
Because back in the day, remember they changed it because people used to scam the system. They used to say they was married to somebody in Cali or married to somebody in New York, somewhere that you get more BAH at. You know, and if I'm off,
where the highest one was at. I remember somebody used to tell me it was where the highest one.
Yeah, but you can't do that. You can't do that anymore.
Yeah,
They changed that. So your BAH is cut to you from wherever your order's at. And I think
makes sense though.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Got it.
I think it should be more case by case. I understand like the big fix, boom, boom, boom. So what you can do is you can route a chit and you can still get it. You know, but for instance, like some people, like wives might have like career jobs that they just can't leave right then and there. Like for us right now, like Angeline, like she has a real good career job that she only been in for like 3 months. So she don't want to leave it so fast because it's the way she look at it is not great for her resume. But then also she pregnant and it's a high risk pregnancy, and her OBGYN and her doctors and everything like that, they've established a relationship here. So these the doctors and stuff that she trusts. You know, then on top of this, I'm leaving for sea duty a year early. So none of this really was in the planning pool to happen this fast. You know what I mean? And leaving was I chose to do it, but it was still a shot in the dark. And that was again because a message came out saying like you either choose or we choose for you type stuff. But so I would love for us to still get the DC BAH because that's where my whole family base is going to be. And then also if I'm geo-batching, that means that I don't have a house wherever I live.
So why the hell you getting freaking BAH there?
Yeah, my only house is, you know, where my family is. Now, that's one part of it, right? So I think we should re-look into that if I'm right about what I'm saying. I could be completely wrong, but I believe I'm right about that. Another thing that I think we should think about more is the geo-batch thing, bro. Like some duty stations have geo-batch quarters, like buildings, for people that geo-batch. I think every duty station should have that, because this real life, man. Like your wife can't, like everybody's wife can't travel with them everywhere they go. So if you take the option of geo-batch, I don't think it should be like, because I'm going, like on a carrier now, for instance, like if we go in the yards, you can't live on the ship.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you can't, based off of the things that happen on the G-Dub, things like that. Like we trying to make round turns to fix all that. So you have to have somewhere to stay, right? So one of the options is to try to be an RA, right? So I'm going to go try to be an RA. But I also think we should have like quarters, a small building or whatever we have
built for that.
For people that's geo-batching. Yeah. And whether that means that we take a couple $100 a check, whatever like that. But again, some of that stuff should be case by case, financially budgeted stuff. Like, can we support this? You might have like 3 kids and a wife in a whole nother place, your kids somewhere, doing some stuff. And you felt like it was beneficial to your career to pick some sea duty orders in this place or whatever, but you don't want your kids to leave where they getting established. It's a whole lot that I think we should look at when it comes to geo-batching. A lot of what happens with geo-batching is like they say like, hey, it's your choice. So you got to bite whatever it is that you chose to eat. Yeah. But I think it's more than that, and that could be just because I'm about to do it. But I mean, I might just become the hero for geo-bachelors. You know what I mean? Like I might put the cape on.
Yeah, you could be, man. You could be. Cause I'm telling you right now, I'm not doing geo-batch, right? But think about this though. If I'm in San Diego, right? I get a ship, they send my ass to Virginia, right? Mm-hmm. Which is a possibility. They send me to Virginia and say my family wanted to stay back here.
Yeah.
Bro, the drop off? That the BAH drop off from San Diego to VA?
Yeah.
And you telling me I'm about to get VA, BAH? Bro, I lose my goddamn mind.
Yeah, it's crazy like
For real.
That. Yeah, it's crazy.
I lose my freaking mind. And whoever going through that, we the ones need to be speaking up, like right now. And maybe that's the case though. You can just write a check. Man, maybe that's the
you could write a
thing
check
to do.
But I think the check, like it need like some substantial information,
evidence type shit,
like some real shit. You know what I mean? So like, for instance, for me, since my wife is working with these doctors and it's a high risk pregnancy because of other reasons, maybe the doctors can help or whatever. I could talk to them like, hey, can y'all kind of support what we thinking on this, or is this like not legit? You know what I mean? But it is. What's up?
So I just want to add to this real quick, man. So this conversation get a little bit more deeper now since I'm thinking about it for a minute, right? You know how many people done told me, and I say, hey, I don't want to take these orders because of this. And they tell me geo-batch, right? Like, it's that simple. It's that easy to come out somebody's mouth to say, let's just geo-batch, man, for 2-3 years and then come back.
Yeah.
Okay. So you telling me if I say yes to that, you're going to give me a different BAH?
Yeah.
Right? So it's not that simple no more. It's not that simple for nobody to agree to go to these places now that the BHs are lower in. And you're going to keep your family back somewhere. It's not that easy to say yes to that shit no more.
Yeah.
Right? So, yeah, man. I mean, I think that's a most definitely, you done bring up a deep conversation for me now, man, because that's crazy I got this E5 that's finna go to Mississippi from California.
Yeah.
And they gonna geo-batch. It's a problem.
Yeah.
It's a big problem. So, and it's maybe some answers out there too.
Yeah, it probably is. Please.
It may be some answers out there for it, so you guys can help us out with that. So, I most definitely like to know the answer to it. So I'm gonna be doing some research myself because I think that's deep right there, man.
Yeah, like I wouldn't even care if I was slumming it. Like as long as I got Wi-Fi and a place to go to sleep, that's not that's not the ship all the time. Like, yo, hold me up somewhere. You know what I mean? Like put me somewhere, I don't think we should have to pay the price for geo-batching, right? And that could be twofold because some people geo-batch because it benefits them, but being away from your family, in my opinion, is always a detriment. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's always a detriment, and I don't think we should have to pay the price for geobashing. And that's my thoughts on that. But I'm interested in other people's thoughts on that as well. I was on YouTube and I saw this thing. It said Army Fat Camp, right? And I don't use that. We've had conversations with where people say that. I try my best not to say that word, but that's what they calling it. It says the U.S. Army Fat Camp helping would-be recruits lose weight, and it's really called the Future Soldier Preparatory Course. And they suppose it had two strands. One of the strands is about helping those who failed academically, and then the other one is about helping people lose weight, right? And in the article that I looked at, it was from like Forces Net. And the one thing they made sure they said is there's no shortage of applicants for Army training, right? They made sure they said that. But the problem is that just 23% of those aged 17 to 24 were eligible to serve, with others discounted due to their weight or lack of literacy or numeracy, right? So right now the Army has a preparatory course to help people get their scores up for the ASVAB or help people get their weight down. What you think about that, Damon?
I like it. I don't like the name. I don't like the name of it.
The preparatory course or the fat camp?
Fat camp. I don't like that.
So you like
I don't
Future Soldier preparatory course?
Yeah, I like that. I mean, bro, it's like, and I saw the little article on it too, man. And the young lady that was talking on there, talking about it, man. Those are situations that's out there, man. You could be a little bit overweight for something, but you got people that got something in place that can help you, bro. That's great, man. If you want to make a certain, like, I think we should be doing it in a way. I think it's like it kind of happens in the Navy with the little program, what we call it, the DEP program, right? We may not be as that like a whole full. You go to this camp, you know what I mean? For I think what was it, 90 days or whatever it was, the time frame. I don't think we got nothing like that.
Yeah,
but we're trying to help, sailors reach their goals. That's the point, I think, of this whole camp that they are doing. Is to help them reach their goals, right? To help if they want to join the military and they're a little bit overweight. Let's go to work, right? Let's go to work. If they trying to get a certain score to get a certain job, let's give them the time and go to work, right? To get there. And I think it's great, man. And I think other branches, if they don't do it now, they should look into it also. Now, with that being said, you probably got to have a little bit more manning, because it seems like they got a whole manning thing for that shit. Like it's a whole nother branch, not a branch, but a whole nother department.
Yeah.
That's taking it on board. And it's like a boot camp type atmosphere look like. You know what I mean? Probably not after the work, but the work looked like it was like a boot camp. It seemed like they're getting a lot out of it, man. It was more than just a classroom setting. It was more than, it's like they were getting structure too, though. You know what I mean? Military structure and the things they was doing that probably could help them when they go to boot camp.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what it looked like anyway.
It's definitely going to put them on the right path. It's definitely going to put them. I like it too. I think it's decent. It gives people that boost they need. Not everybody come from the same beginnings. You know what I mean? And some people still want to do stuff, but they just were never afforded like some of those opportunities. In a lot of different ways, So for those kind of people, I think it does help them out and give them a nice little push. So one of the things, I was looking at another article, and it was about the Navy base cracking down on parking. I don't want to get too deep into the article, but I do want to say that, we always talk about how we undermanned. It's very hard to tell that we undermanned when you're looking at those parking lots on those bases, man. You know what I mean? Like those parking lots do not read undermanned. So real quick in this article, right? It says, facing a relentless tide of illegally parking scofflaws, Naval Base San Diego officials have in recent months beefed up the penalties that sailors, civilians, and contractors face for parking where they shouldn't, right? Then it says, and then this is the most fucked up thing, right? Here y'all go, Navy Times, man. Hey, Navy Times, man, y'all ain't on our good side this week, man. But and this ain't Navy Times' fault. But then it says, at the same time, base leaders acknowledge the lack of parking space along the waterfront on the installation, which is cleaved in half by Harbor Drive, and say they are working to figure out better solutions, right? So the first paragraph says, facing a relentless tide of illegally parked cars, pretty much, naval-based San Diego officials have in recent months beefed up the penalties that sailors, civilians, and contractors face for parking where they shouldn't. At the same time, base leaders acknowledge the lack of parking space along the waterfront on the installation, which is cleaved in half by Harbor Drive, and say they are working to figure out better solutions. So we working to figure out better solutions, but while we are, take these bigger tickets, take these bigger violations. That's pretty much what I'm reading.
Yeah. Well, you know what, man? This is the fallout. What's happening right now is the fallout of taking the base stickers we used to have, right? Having all the installation over there for the young sailors that's on the dry side in San Diego, right? That's traveling over every morning in their vehicles.
Man,
this is the fallout of all
I ain't want you to go there. Yeah, I ain't want you to hit that. Yeah, I was going to ask about that. I didn't want you to go there.
Yeah. That's all the fallout, man. And with the sticker thing, let me tell you about the sticker thing, right?
Well, before you do, I do want to say that illegal parking is a safety hazard, right? Well, I just want to make sure we clear on that. Illegal parking is a safety hazard. We know. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I'm done.
I think the sticker thing told the a lot when you coming through the gate. Right? When you come through the gate in the morning, you see the sticker, you know they rank, you know everything, whatever they got going on. You know all this stuff, right? Then you can ask questions. You know what they gonna park at? All this type of stuff. Or do you stay? They supposed to have a sticker on their vehicle if they stay over there in the barracks over there. So let them know between a certain time they can't travel on base, right? In their vehicles, they can walk over, right? I think that's one of the biggest things right now, man. It's just, dude, our parking lot over in San Diego is just crazy, bro.
Yo, parking is crazy.
But we have our own, what they call it? You go to this little school and you get the ticket book. We can write tickets.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? For these sailors, because we got our own little parking spots on how many. We ain't got
that
many.
I think
we got like 40. Huh?
You went to that
I
school?
ain't go to school.
Oh, I was about to say.
No, I ain't make that one. Bro.
I was going to ask you if you ever wrote a ticket. If you wrote a ticket for somebody.
But we tickets. So we got like 40 spots. Man, them kids coming there parking our spot in a heartbeat, bro.
Y'all across from Starbucks, right? Y'all like in that area that's across from Starbucks?
Yeah, right across from Starbucks. Hey, bro, we have got these little young men. We had a warrant officer, 5, bro. 5. Straight up get challenged.
Mm-hmm.
This dude, he was one of those guys at CW05, man. He retired now, man. He just retired. He worked for us now, still a civilian though. Bro, he went on there, man, and he stood at the top of the thing. He watches everybody come in the morning.
Yeah.
Right? If your ass if you was not TMIT, he called you out. Bro, one time, bro, we had this chief, bro. I'm at my desk, I don't know what's going on. And he yelled down at this chief. Chief yelled back up. Bro, he didn't came. He done came down there, bro. Him and the chief nose to nose down there, bro. They nose to nose. Look, hey, the chief was trying to walk away, bro. He was trying to walk side, bro. He was walking side to side, bro. And he was following him, bro. CW05 was following him, bro. It was crazy down there, bro. Crazy. Bro, I'll never forget that scene, man. But parking is real out there, man.
Yeah.
If you park in the wrong spot, bro, you getting your shit towed. You know what I mean? We call that tow truck on you, man, in a heartbeat.
You ever called a tow truck on somebody?
I haven't personally called him on him. I haven't called him. I haven't been the guy.
Did you sick somebody?
But I got people
you sick somebody on the car that needed to be towed?
I don't have to sick, bro. We got people that's ready to get them, bro. I haven't personally had to do it, but I probably would, man. Like, hey, man, we ain't got but 40 spots, bro. We need our pocket.
I was telling my wife that I'd probably be a Karen. Like I be seeing Karens telling people, listen, man, I be seeing them telling people like they shouldn't be parked in places. Like, and I be thinking like, damn, but you shouldn't. She right. like when the Karens be like, hey, you need a permit. Like in the videos, they be like, yo, you need a permit to park in this whatever. I be thinking like, damn, well, if he need a permit, he shouldn't be parking there. That Karen is right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I can see you now, Damon. you know, being a Karen, man, like making sure.
No, I ain't being no Karen. I'm just being. You know what, man? I'm gonna be honest with you guys out there real quick, man. Life is too short, man. Right? I don't have time to go out there and argue with these young sailors that get in my ass out there, bro. I'm too old. You ain't finna push my ass down out there, bro. You know your ass don't supposed to be parked there. I'm finna call them people, man. You know what I mean? I ain't got time to be on the phone like the dude from the meme. I ain't got time to be coming out there. These young sailors telling me to get the F out their face and push it on me. I don't care about you being a chief, see chief, bad chief. I don't care. I'm not moving my vehicle. I ain't got time for them to talk to me like that, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. You know you don't supposed to park there.
Yeah. When I was stationed in Annapolis, bro, the barracks was a 7-minute walk, probably a 7-minute walk from the building. Like you could look outside the barracks and see where we worked.
Yeah.
And people would still drive. Like it take longer to warm your car up. It like literally take longer to warm your car up than it take to drive there. Like it literally takes 3 minutes, 2.5 to 3 minutes to get from the barracks to the building. And at one point we started to have a jam-packed parking lot, and we were like, hey, the sellers, the ones who live in the barracks that don't have to drive here, just keep your cars at the barracks, you know? And I don't know if like, do we need a shuttle? Like, how can we rectify this problem? Should it be more shuttles? Should it be some form of something, whether a duty shuttle or something just going to get the sellers or whatever? And I know some commands already have that too, but I don't know. I don't know if I'm saying this because I'm not a young seller who lives on a base 7 minutes away from my job. I don't know if I'm saying it, but my thought process is, do we really need everybody to drive here if you are literally like a stone's throw
right
away?
There, right?
Yeah, like, do you really need to drive to work? The jam-packed damn parking lot.
I'm with you. Hey, also, I want to throw, I mean, I know I've been saying sailors and sailors and sailors, but also the civilian. Don't get it twisted. Y'all too. I mean, y'all be parking all over the goddamn all over the base too, man, and in the wrong spots and shit. You know what I mean? You know who you are too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They work way over there somewhere, like a couple blocks away. They come way over here to parking in ATG. Man, ATG, San Diego, man. You guys got about 300 parking spots, man. What's up? You guys can't have that many freaking sailors, man.
I don't like y'all parking area. That's the area where LCS is across. It's LCS over there, legal over there, ATG over there, and y'all, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like that area.
Yeah.
Everybody got the designated. Man. ATG got so many designated damn parking spots.
ATG got so many parking spots over there, man. Oh my goodness.
And you can't say nothing to them because they the inspectors. You know, like
man. You ain't got no. And then now they got people in the parking lots, bro. Like people are in the morning. They got sailors out there. Like, so you when you pulling that thing real quick, then you gonna sneak you one in? No, bro. Yeah. They looking at the car. When you park, they come and look at your sticker, all types of shit.
Yeah. Even my little base, you know, it could eventually have had some parking. The base I just left eventually could have like been jam-packed. But we just gotta figure it out when it comes to military parking. We gotta start setting some type of parameters on something. You know what I'm saying?
Most definitely.
Like if you living on board, never mind. I ain't even gonna go there. But it should be like designated parking areas for certain reasons and you know and stuff like that. So real quick, I do want to say this: we just left Mental Health Awareness Month. We talked about suicide last episode, and I was in a training and they were talking about this OpNav instruction 1720.4 Bravo. They were talking about the crisis response plan, but they were also talking about the annual drills. And this is something that I didn't really know. So I'll read it real quick. It's one of the commanding officers' roles. And that's page 10 of the 1720.4 Bravo. And it says, develop a written crisis response plan and run drills, at least annually to ensure readiness. And then they talking about like why. So that's like we need to be, it says provide guidance on development and maintaining a crisis response plan. And it's another enclosure that contains guidance on responding to a distress caller. So we should be doing a suicide drill annually. Did you know that, Damon?
No. I mean, I didn't know it. I really don't even know if we've been doing it. You know what I mean? Like maybe we have. I just don't know. I mean, I don't know. No, I didn't know that though. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I think if we have been doing it, I think we all should know that it's happening, right?
Yeah.
Especially people in our positions that stand higher qualified, watch standing roles. We all should know. But it is something that I saw. It caught my attention because I'm not familiar with doing it in the last couple years or whatever. Like not couple years, but for a while. Like I don't think I've ever been a part of a drill that had to do with, and when is this? So this instruction is from 18 September 2018. And I don't remember doing one of these drills. And this is the Suicide Prevention Program instruction. OPNAV 1720.4 Bravo, commanding officer's role. Ensure that we are running a suicide drill annually. I don't know that it's happening.
Well, I think you made a good point. Like the point you made about we should know about it. That's the biggest point about it. Like maybe we can do this drill in a small setting.
Yeah.
I understand. It's possible. But I think from being a leader, we should know more about it because it could be training, it can be development, it can be things to help sailor. I mean, if you keeping this if it's happening, you know what I'm saying? If it's happening.
Yeah.
I mean, if you keep this in a closed loop, who's learning from it?
Right.
Right? Who's learning from it? That's my biggest thing. Like, you know, who's learning from the drill that's being run? That's why we run drills, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's why we run them to teach people and people to learn and all that type of stuff. So, yeah.
Yeah. Question is so I heard a bunch of rappers talk about this and other people, but, you know, I never heard military people talk about it. Is being a civilian more dangerous than being in the military?
Ooh. That's a tough question, bro. I'm going to say probably being a civilian, depending on where you at, where you stay, your environment, all that type of stuff. To me, man, military is structured, right? So I don't per se think the military is more dangerous. Now, sometimes the people in the military themselves that still think they civilians can be dangerous.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? But I think when you go through the boot camp and you go through, you know, commands, meaning they got structured on how things should be and how they should go. No, it's not that dangerous. But the issue I think is when you get the people in the military that still think they're civilians, and then it could be some clashes. You know what I mean? I don't know if that will be you trying to go with it, but I think that's where I think that's where the clash is coming in. But civilians, man, we seeing people die every day, man. I'm seeing people in my hometown, man, that's dying, bro. Like in the streets out there getting shot, you hear gunfire. Like I got people posting, like, did you guys hear that? Did you hear that? Like all time of the night and stuff, they're hearing gunfire and all this type of stuff and being scared and all this. It's crazy.
Yeah. I think that when military people get offended when they hear civilians or entertainers say that, they get offended because they go straight to the battlefield. They go straight to wartime. You know, they go straight to Afghanistan. They go straight to Vietnam. They go straight to Civil War, World War II and all that. Yes, that's dangerous. You know, that's something that we can't take.
Yeah.
You know, that's where we get our heroes of the week, highlighting our heroes and stuff from those types of situations. But outside of Fort Hood, well, not even Fort Hood, they changed the name now, and they still got some crazy stuff going on. But this is what I'll say, right? I ain't even gonna talk about Fort Hood. I'll say this. I grew up in South Philadelphia, and I was more concerned. I felt like I could have got killed any day out there, right? Like any day, like Monday through Sunday. It don't matter, right? Even going to church, like you could get robbed and killed or seriously beat, whatever like that. In the neighborhood I grew up in, I feel like I could have got killed out there every day until I left that area of Philly. And then I moved to Florida in like some area where it was like Klansmen and stuff like that. So that still felt a little dangerous too, right? But until I like left all of that and I went to the military and like had my own money, got my own money, I can't lie and say I didn't feel more safe as a service member than I felt as a civilian, right? And I don't mean like safe, like we still go out into those same neighborhoods and, you know, stuff like that. So you still are you still, the same stuff could happen to you. You could still go to a grocery store and get robbed, and stuff like that. But I can't sit here and say that being a service member is more dangerous on a day-to-day than being a civilian. I can't say that.
Now.
Yeah,
me either.
Time of war?
I can't say
time of war, let's like not be ridiculous.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But
that's a whole different.
But go to Baltimore, East, West Baltimore, wherever, go to Philly, North Philly, even higher up North Philly. Go to them places in Mississippi, places in New Orleans. It ain't safe. Like it's a fucking war zone. It's a war zone.
Yeah.
And I think it was like Meek Mill who said it before, and maybe Jim Jones, like rappers. Meek said it, and people was, oh yeah, he's delusional and all that. He's not. Like it's dangerous out there. Like kids are dying at young ages, like
young
12 years old.
Bro.
Kids are killing at young ages and stuff like that. So I was wondering what your thoughts were on that.
Yeah, man. I'm most definitely with you on that one, man. You most definitely feel a little bit safe. And I didn't think about the war zone thing in the beginning, but you're right. That's probably where they go into when you're talking about war.
Yeah, they going straight there. But that's for argument's sake to go straight there.
Yeah.
Like, unless you don't know, like, unless you really never been in these environments then, and you just really don't know, like, this shit is real out here. Like, some people don't know that. Like, as, we're going to talk about it when we talk about diversity or whatever, but some people don't know that, like, it's real out here. Like they think it's fake. Yeah. I remember when we went to when I went to the shipyards with in Philly, the yards in Philly, to go try to get parts off like the ships. And the people I was with, I asked them to drop me off at my mom's house or whatever. Now, mind you, my mom block, they care about each other on the block. But as soon as we hit the neighborhood, them doors started locking, the windows started going up. You know what I mean? And they was ready to get out the neighborhood. Like, yo, where you at? Like, where your mom at? Like, we gonna get you up out of here. Yeah. Like, it's real out there, man. It's people out there. You see it. Like, it's not like you're not just aimlessly just walking around. Like, I live in neighborhoods now. Like, people could jog. You know what I mean? Like people take that shit for granted. Like, you might not. It might be a straight pit bull out there in Philly. You start jogging, that straight pit bull get a hold of your ass.
For real,
go to school, elementary school.
Oh, dogs! Oh, that's so crazy. You right, bro. Stray dogs running around like it ain't no thing right there, bro. Right?
It used to be a straight pit, and luckily you see it like 2 blocks away. Like you, like I remember going back in the house a couple times. Like, yo, mom, it's a dog out there. Yo.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
That bike straight turning around quick. You know how them dogs on them bikes, bro. They coming. You rolled on that bike.
Yeah. And then they attack, and it's happening more than not. But when I was young, a young kid, like the kids my age and stuff, like attacking homeless people, like just the idea of attacking a homeless person to me is just so, like, this somebody who like already lost almost everything they had, and now they got 6 teens hitting them with aluminum cans and glass bottles and taking the cans that they like trying to stack up, or the bottle caps that they trying to stack up just to get a couple little dollars, And I know that's not every scenario, but that's some scenarios. And that shit is
sad though.
Yeah, that shit is rough. All right. Yeah, I was interested in that. Somebody wanted us to talk about Get Real, Get Better. So I'll do this real quick for Get Real, Get Better. I'll set like some kind of precedent. Get Real is about having the courage to self-assess, to build teams, to embrace honest, hard, transparent looks at our performance, to understand our actual strengths and shortcomings. We must be our own toughest critics. Get Better is about commitment to improve, to be self-correcting. It's about taking pride in high standards and fixing problems together when they're small before they grow large and complex. It's about applying proven methods to get after the things that matter most in a focused and disciplined way, and not by just adding activity. I'll also say this. I heard a lot of commanding officers after they fucked up, like bring it up to my admiral. You know what? In the sense of Get Real, Get Better, like Get Real, Get Better. It come now is like that should be like weaponized. Like, well, if we talking Get Real, Get Better, then yeah, I had a couple gate breaches or whatever like that. Like, nah, say what you had and let it simmer. Then we can start talking, get real, get better. But, that's just my joke. Yeah, Damon. So somebody wanted us to talk. They just said, they ain't say anything. They just said, what about get real, get better? What's your opinions on it?
Well, I mean, I think when you get real, get better, and what you just said, man, is what we've been talking about already, right? When I say that, I'm saying like acknowledge shit, right? Get real is like being real with yourself, being real with sailors, being real, whatever, being truthful, being transparent, all that type of stuff, right? That to me, that's get real. And get better is like just what it says, man. It goes back to working hard. It goes back to, like being there and being in the fight and getting shit done and all that type of stuff. So we just put a name to it now. You know what I mean? That's all this is. It's stuff that we kind of always been wanting to do and talk to sailors about doing and to owning it and all that stuff we should talk about. Now I just think we got a name to it now. You know what I mean? Get real, get better.
Somebody told me that they think it's more for commanding officers talking to strike group commanders and stuff like that. Like it's more for them because I know a lot of times a commanding officer might try to holster something just to the ship because they don't want to fly the message out. They don't want to tell their boss. So somebody was saying that they feel like get real, get better is like more tailored to them or more pointed, aimed at them for them to understand, So not as much because you got like 6 red checks. You got like 6 red checks and you ain't trying to get your ass chewed about it. Because
I would say this. I would say this. My sailors or myself talking to whoever, I'm not bringing up get real, get better. Right? I'm not going. That's not how I'm starting my conversations off. You know what I mean? When I mess something up or when I'm trying to own stuff, I'm not bringing up that. So I mean, it can have a point. They can have a point. I mean, I might bring up something that's similar to what get real, get better means, but I'm not saying those words. You know what I mean? Get real, get better. I'm gonna tell you exactly what's up. You know what I mean? But as you said, commanding officers talking to the admiral, they bring it up. Get real, get better. I'm not bringing it up. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that type stuff, but I might be saying something similar to what they're saying, though.
Yeah, the only other element that I tie into it that I think about when I think about get real, get better is not harping on the discrepancy. You know what I mean? Like if it's some just like actions that have to happen based off the discrepancy, they gotta happen. But like sometimes people harp on something that went wrong to this unrealistic level, bro. Like it's like, yo, I'm a grown ass adult, you're a grown ass adult. Now you about to chew me out and hold this against me now for the rest of my time on board or whatever because of something. Ooh. And I think that goes against the idea of what get real, get real, get better.
Yeah, you just made a crazy ass point right there, bro. Like we can't do that either, though, man. Everybody make mistakes here and there, man. It's what they do when they move, how they gonna move forward, what they gonna do next. You acknowledge it. You tell them they jacked up. You counsel them, DRB, captain, whatever the case may be, right? But how far did that go, though? How long are we going to hold that?
Yeah.
Like, how do we turn that page? And a lot of times we get in these meetings and we get in these environments and we'll say it. All right, this didn't happen now. Like, let's move past it. Let's do this, do that. But at the same time, this sailor can go out there and kick some ass. And we still remember at the end of the day, we get in those ranking boards and we be like, man, this motherfucker went to captain mass last year. Motherfucker, that was last year. You know what I'm saying? That was a year ago. We talking about now, this dude did this. Right? It's almost like when a sailor failed the PRT, but then becomes the CFL. You know what I mean? And it become this, and we still say, yeah, he failed that PRT last year, though.
Yeah.
This motherfucker the CFL now. He kicking ass, man. Let's go.
And that's where the get real that's where the get real part really hits at. Because some people will lie, cover shit up, not ever expose, like because of what comes after. right? And we talk a lot about senior personnel holding it against people when they make mistakes. And we talked about this before with like Baby Goat, but a lot of times it be your own peers, bro, that like be like, well, how the hell this person become this if they went through that? Happens a whole lot too. You know, like it's not a zero defect Navy. You know what I mean? So if we use it right in all aspects, things will get better. If we get real in all aspects, but a lot of people don't be trying to get real because they know the weight of that. They gonna look like shit for the rest of their time on board or something like that. You know what I'm saying?
I can't, bro. Like right now, though, to be honest with you, man, and I don't know if it's come from experience or whatever, man, but I can't see myself holding nothing in no more, man. I can't see myself hiding nothing and be like, because I feel like it's not a threat.
Yeah, like what
you know what I mean? Like me trying to hide something, it's not a threat to me. Like what's gonna happen?
Right.
If I'm hiding something like I'm gonna lose my whole career?
Right.
No. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't feel like that is the right time. So to all the leaders out there, man, it feels better to put that shit in the air.
Yeah.
To let everybody know. Like coming to work every day and holding something in, man, it's like you're gonna isolate yourself.
Yeah, they ain't about to put you on the firing line. It ain't like you gonna get put on the firing line.
Like for real, man. Like bring that shit up, man.
Yeah, like just,
and me personally, bro, I have like zero problem with saying some shit. Now, something happened to me, I go right up there. Hey, sir, DCA or chain, you need to go let the captain know about this shit because this could come back to us. Or I'm finna let the chain know it because I don't want it to come back to me later or whatever.
But that for me, that moved into how I react to sellers too. When they say things, to junior sellers too, when they say things, I don't overreact as much as I might have before.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, okay, all right, well, you know, let's figure out how to do this better next time, or let's talk to this person or whatever. Only time if I do something is if you're a repeat offender or something that I had to talk to you about. Like if I had to get real with you, like with the lateness thing. Like I harp on the lateness. So I was like, yo, I talked to you already like 3 times. Come on, you can't just keep being late. Like, but mistakes, all right, let's go. Let's own it. Let's move past it. Let's not do it again.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Let's write it down. Let's do a verbal or write it or whatever and move on.
Yeah, let's
move on, man. For my young sailors, like you're right with the repeat offenders, that's a whole different ball game. But other than that, let's talk about it. Let's move on. And a lot of times, bro, like to be honest with you, with the younger sailors, man, like my LPO will come bring it to me, and I'll be like, I tell him what I'm telling you right now. I say, do a verbal or do a written and keep it moving.
Yeah,
right.
That's it.
You don't have to talk to me yet, right? You don't have to. You had to cut it like that's why. And that's what I empower the first classes at when it comes to that stuff. Now, if it keep happening, the first class is going to tell me like, okay, and then we're going to talk about, do it need to go further or not go further, where it need to go and how it need to go. You know what I mean? So, a lot of times, man, when it comes to that stuff, when it comes from the division level and all that stuff, man, like look at it, examine it, check it out. Do it need to be addressed on a different level or not? And keep it moving, man. You can't hold that stuff in, man. That get real point is real, man. You can't keep holding against people because the biggest learning point for anybody is through trial and error. You know what I'm saying? You learn through trial and error. You learn when something happens to you not to do. Sometimes you got to touch that fire to know it's hot. You know what I mean? But once you know it's hot, now you know how to maneuver. Now you know how to do things a little bit better. You know what I mean? So sometimes it happens. And it's definitely happened to me in my life, in my Navy career.
Yeah,
it
me too.
Definitely happened.
Yeah, me too. And I'm not nobody's dad. Like I'm not here to be your disciplinarian. I'm not your father.
Yeah, that too.
Like I'm not your disciplinarian. Like you made a mistake. Let's figure this out together. Fix it. Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
The command climate survey. Oh, so somebody else. I was on somebody else. I think I was on that Lieutenant Alexis Travis, her TikTok or something. And I was looking at people talk about the command climate survey. And somebody was like, yeah, we all know damn well that's not anonymous. I'm going to say this from the perspective of a former semio whom you may not believe, right? It's anonymous. Somebody was in the comments that was like, yeah, I thought the same thing too, but I sat on the CRT this year and it really is anonymous. And, you know, of course they got ignored or whatever like that. But I'm going to say it's anonymous until I find somebody else that knows more than me and got more information than me that could explain why it's not anonymous. To my knowledge, even if it's one officer of like one style or type or whatever, they're going to get looped in with the other officer. So if you got like one warrant officer at your command, those numbers will get looped in with the other person, so you still won't know.
Mm-hmm.
So the only thing that I'll say is this. For the survey that I remember, in order of the person that completed it, right? So I was the semio at my command or whatever. So I did my survey pretty early in the survey process. So when it came to the long range answers or the short answer questions or whatever, the order by which the person answered doesn't change. So if I was the third person in slate that did my survey, and it's just from me being a semio and really, really looking, I could tell every third response to every question out of the 10 was me every time. It was me. But if I didn't have anything that said it was me, then nobody else knows it's me. I know it's me because I wrote the damn answer. But if it's nothing that's going to identify you or nothing like that, then that survey is anonymous unless you make it not anonymous. And I feel like we have to say that because there's a lot of sellers that's not taking this survey because they believe that somehow people going to know it's them. That's fake news. That's false. That thing is anonymous.
Yeah.
Again, like I said, unless you start naming names and all of that. And then some of that stuff is rules to it when it comes to people being held accountable and things being punitive and stuff like that. Y'all really need to get educated on that. I really think the semio and the CRT should go, because it's a whole training on how it's anonymous, on anonymity and all of that. I really think semio should train the whole ship on that part of the survey instead of us always just coming out saying it's anonymous, because it's pretty obvious at this point people don't believe that. Like, and it's crazy that like people just don't trust this process to that point now where you could say it a million times and they just still don't fucking believe it. It is, to my knowledge, and I would love another semio or somebody else say it's not, but the survey, to my knowledge, is completely fucking anonymous. And the only way that the only telltales is the one I just said, by order of answer. That's the only telltale, and that's not really a telltale if you don't give yourself up in that. But you know what I'm saying? Like, so if I was the fifth person that answered this short answer question, I'm gonna always be the fifth answer. And that's just standards. I don't think that the machine or whatever randomizes the selection of answers when they tally up the answers. But that shit is anonymous, man.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm on the same page, man. I think it's anonymous. Well, I know it's anonymous. It ain't no fact that I know I didn't say some shit on there. I know for a fact it's anonymous. Trust me.
Yeah.
But I want to add two things I want to add to that, man. One is big shouts out to the person that's part of CRT and say he thought it was the same till he got on CRT. So he figured it out. You know what I'm saying? He part of that thing we talked about earlier where he had a little bit of an issue not knowing, but then he became part of the team and then he found out. So I like that. I like that guy or girl.
It was a woman.
The second thing, man, I had a question about this and more of a statement than how you feel about it. GMTs, right? We do GMTs. They mandatory. We have to do them every year, every whatever, right? Why we don't do the survey like that? I know it's voluntary and all that, man, but ain't you tired of when you doing that shit and every week you trying to get a number and that shit say like 2%, 5% do the survey or whatever? Why wouldn't do like GMT and say, hey man, everybody go do this damn fucking survey, right? Because it ain't like you have to go in on a survey. You don't have to. You can just answer the damn questions and be done with it, right? So why is it's not? And I know in a way I kind of know why it's not mandatory because it's voluntary and blah blah. But I don't know. But I never understood that. So many things that we say that we make mandatory for us to do.
Yeah,
and it's one of them that we want the feedback from, but we don't make it mandatory for everybody just to do the survey.
I wouldn't want people just BSing on it just because it's mandatory. Like, now I'm going to make your day a living hell because you made me take this thing. So now I'm going to just write whatever answer.
I guess I didn't look at it like that.
I wouldn't want that. It's a few other reasons, but I definitely wouldn't want that. You know what I mean? But
That makes sense.
You know, for my little vent piece on all this, man, I just wish that we didn't carry on fake ass like rumors just to keep this like negative trend thing going. Like everything ain't that, you know, and that survey goes straight to the CO. You know, it goes straight to the commanding officer. You know, I was at a debrief with a semio who I felt like wasn't given, because I was a semio before, so I've done these debriefs, and I'm like, yo, the semio is not given enough information to the commanding officer. You know, so after we talk, I'm like, oh, like, where was this at or where was that at? It's like, yo, you never thought to like tally and provide this information. So now you shortchanging your command. You know what I mean? And then for the junior sellers, the commanding officer gets that thing unadulterated, right? It don't go through the semio. It goes straight to the CO. XO, the triad, they can see those results unadulterated. Like nobody sees it before them or whatever. They get it at the same time, right? So when I was a semio, we got it at the same time. And then I would give them a night. And then the next day we would go talk trends and things like that. But a lot of times sellers be like, yo, ain't nothing going to change. Ain't nothing going to change. And I'm dead to right. Like I believe is nothing going to change because nobody is, it's not enough people doing the survey. It's not enough stuff getting in it. And then when things do get in it, it be about the food, like stuff like that. Like how come they was serving fish for 20 days straight or some shit? When it's like, yo, y'all been talking about all of these issues, but it's because people don't trust it. I don't know what to do for people to trust it, but I don't know if making it mandatory. It's a lot of advantages, like I believe, to making it mandatory, but I don't know how much that's going to help or hurt it. Because then people could create trends. People could make trends.
Because you had the numbers then.
Yeah, they were doing that shit. They was doing that shit they did that before. Like we caught that at a command where it's like people was taking a test, people was taking a joint multiple because it was the same password, so they was taking it multiple times to create a trend to get like somebody kicked off the ship and shit.
Yeah, that's crazy. But I tell you one more other thing too, man. Like that was crazy for me is, man, like when you brung up the fact that people bringing up like fake news with no facts to it and just putting it on there, man. Like just for people who do things like that, man, you know, you can be killing careers, man. Even though some of the stuff you could even be saying could be true, right? It could be, but you don't know that. If you don't know directly, have direct access to whatever going on, why are you talking about it? Or at least put is rumored for this. You know what I mean? Don't put no facts like you know what the F you talking about when you really just heard it from a third person or fourth person or fifth person. You know what I mean? You don't have no facts behind that. But when you put that stuff on paper though, it means something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Especially if you get a trend from it.
Yeah.
Shit.
Are you putting it on? You know, but like TikTok comment, like, yeah, we all know that thing is not anonymous. Like, we all know. No, we don't. Because I was a semio and I don't know it's not anonymous. Like, as a semio, I thought it was anonymous and we did it like 4 times. I thought it was anonymous every time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So
the one of the last things that we have on here is somebody said, Chief, somebody was talking about like the double standard, right, with chiefs. And the one thing said the chiefs saying they got an open door policy. But then on the other hand, that same chief is asking them, did you talk to your LPO when they come up to them, right? So my question for you is, if you were to say you had an open door policy, what would make you ask the young seller when they do come into your office, did they talk to the LPO?
Well, for me, it's simple, man. I do have an open door policy. Anybody can talk to me about anything, anytime. You know what I mean? That's just me. And it's my personality too, right? But the reason why I would ask you, did you talk to your LPO? Depends on the situation, right? So if you coming straight to talk to me about some policy, some fraternization shit, some sexual assault shit, some crazy like that, hell yeah. Like, and it's about whatever, and you want to get this out, you want something, whatever, I got it. But if you're talking to me about a PMS card, or you're talking to me about something as simple as your work center soup or your LPO can help you with, then I may ask you that. Did you talk to your LPO? So to me, it all depends on the situation, because you don't want to like we learn from stuff that we do by experience, right? By experience and the things we go through. That's how we get better. It could be a good experience. It could be a bad experience. If you cut out all those middle people, what are we learning? Because one day they're going to be there. They're going to get asked these questions. How are they going to perform then when they get asked the question if they never had to go through none of this stuff? If we just going to skip them every time. You know what I mean? We're going to skip the E5, skip the first class, and skip, all these people. So we're not learning. So that's why it's good to empower them to know also. Depends on the situation, though. It's all about the situation.
Yeah. Me asking you if you talk to your LPO is not negating my open door policy. It's not, right? It's a question.
At all.
Right? So you could say, no, I didn't talk to my LPO because I'm not comfortable in talking to my LPO about this. So I'm coming straight to you, talking to you about it. That's a human interaction, right? You give me what I give you. That's a human interaction. But the other part about it is, what if you did talk to the LPO? Then I want to know, how come my LPO ain't done nothing about this? How come this or that? Yeah. And like Damon said, is like, hey, let's give our LPO a chance to like tackle this issue before we start thinking like we gotta go straight to the chief. So yes, it's reasons you could come straight to the chief. It's reasons, but be able to say that, like, yo, I'm coming straight to you. I didn't want to talk about this with EM1, whoever or whatever like that. So I wanted to come straight to you.
Yeah.
But also, if it's not nothing like that, if it's just some BS, like you got put on some watch that you wasn't, give your EM1 a chance to maybe go, fix that. Because that EM1 or whoever, they working their way to be a chief, they're going to have to worry about things like that anyway. Because we could open door policy our ass to a culture of a bunch of chiefs that ain't never had to tackle no problems. Because the chief was always open door policy in it. Come. So yes, I have an open door policy, but yes, I'm the kind of person that's going to ask you if you talk to EM1. Because then also, and I've received the conversation from my EM1s before. Like I had to get checked myself before. Like, damn, chief, such and such came straight to you. I could have fixed that. I could have helped with that. I could have done that. So we getting that too. We not just getting it from y'all. We getting it from them too. Because we taking the legs right up from under them when we not letting them do the things that they're able to do. So, but you got to be able to like expand your thoughts and like look at it from that perspective as well. It's not always a slight. It's not always something against you. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's, hey, why are you operating like this? I'm operating like this because of this or whatever, And that's what I used to tell my, what up?
I want to add one more thing to that.
No, because I was just going to say, I used to tell my sellers that all the time, like, hey, it shouldn't be anything that we can't talk through. Like we different people, we came up in two different navies and stuff like that. So our mindsets could be different, but I don't think it's a middle that we can't meet at. But the only way we can meet at that middle is if we talk about it. If I say something that you just don't like on surface and you completely walk away, then we won't come down to an understanding. If you say something that I didn't like on surface and I just completely shut you out, then we don't come down to understanding. But if I ask those two additional questions, maybe now I understand what you mean. And if you ask those two additional questions, maybe now you understand what I mean. And that's where we take the human part out of it when we stop doing shit like that. It takes two of us to treat each other like humans, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. Totally. I just want to add real quick to the leaders, man, on the leader side of this, is that look into that question, right? The question that is asked. You can sit up here all day and assume that the sailor know what you mean by open door policy. Don't assume that shit. We now have to explain what that means. That should probably be part of your damn check-in speech. If you're talking to the E6 and below, or E5 and below, whoever, you should say, okay, yeah, I got an open door policy, but you should talk about that and make sure they understand what you mean by that. Because if you go there straight up now in 2023 and say, I got an open door policy, you guys can come talk to me about anything. That's exactly what they think. Right? That's exactly what you mean when you say that. Right? So now, don't assume they understand exactly what you mean by that. Right? Don't assume they mean like, come to me if you're watched. You know what I mean? You got you want to get off a certain watch because you got this going on. They think I can go talk to my chief about this. He gonna get me off that watch. Right? Because he said I got an open door policy. I can talk to him about anything.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just saying, make sure that we are explaining that what that means to the sailor also. You know what I mean? When you say you got an open door policy.
Yeah, for sure. I had an idea. It just popped in my head one day, and it's once a year, call every number in your phone. It's not like a Navy thing. That's just a personal thing. I was thinking about it.
Yeah.
Just once a year, just call everybody. If something happened, and I'm like, damn, we don't really check on each other. We don't check on people. I'm not a phone kind of person, but I was thinking like while I was on leave, I was going to call every number on my phone. And if I didn't call them, if I didn't call a number, if I didn't want to call a number, I just delete it. Like if I can't call you, if I'm not comfortable calling you, and I don't think you're comfortable hearing from me, then I just need to delete your number. You know, but I don't really talk to that many people on the phone. So that's just a thought of mine. Just go through the phone. I think I'm going to start doing that, going through my phone once a year, calling every single person for letting them know like, hey, I'm doing this thing where I'm calling everybody. I'm only going to talk to you for 3 minutes. I just wanted to tell you I love you and I'm thinking about you and boom, boom, boom. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I tell you what, bro. I didn't have no plans of doing it, but most definitely all these damn random ass numbers in my phone, I should think about doing it. Because I got so many numbers I never talked to, never anything. I'm talking about so many.
Yeah.
And I think, you know, the other bad thing about it is the fact of a lot of times I might just put in there like say the DCC on this ship. So I don't even know their name. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, who the fuck is even this person? I don't even know. So I got so many things on my phone like that. So that's a great idea.
Yeah, man. It'll help clean your phone up too. Book of the week for me, Up From Slavery by Booker T. Washington. I don't really think I need to even say any more about that. But Up From Slavery by Booker T. Washington. Good book. Booker T. Washington had a very different perspective on the aftermath of slavery and what it looked like. And it was a very good book. It's the first book that I read that kind of gave an eyewitness account to the last days of slavery and the first days after freedom, you know, and that lifestyle and how people felt, you know, and just knowing that like it was like ceremonious, you know, and this part I knew, but just hearing Booker T talk about it like, hey, we happy as hell for like an hour, you know, and then like after that, they back in wherever they lived in the cabins and stuff, afraid because now they got to go out in the world and like figure it out from nothing. You know what I mean? They had to go figure it out from zero. So that was a really good book. Booker T, man, he did so much stuff, man. Tuskegee and just so much stuff coming from. He was born a slave. So he was born a slave. So Up From Slavery, Booker T. Washington. Really good book.
Nice. Good shit.
Yeah. That's it.
Good shit.
That's it. Yeah, this was a little bit longer. Good. My mom, yeah, that one was long. But this was a little bit longer. But I feel like it's been a while, you know? So.
Yeah, man. It's been a while, man. You know, I love it. I'm back, baby. I'm back, man. Mississippi.
Hopefully y'all enjoy it.